guess we'll start there. Can we talk about how high we were this week? No, we're not going to talk. Oh, okay, we're not going to talk about that. Just the conversations we had while we were high.
We had very high conversations this week, SaVon.
Elon Musk type shit?
Yes.
Honestly.
Not even Elon Musk. No, it was more like Pinky and the Brain, Rick and Morty.
That's what it was.
Oh, that's a vibe. That's a vibe. That's how I know y'all are real friends. Because you went to Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the Brain.
Yo.
And Rick
That's
and Morty. We're definitely yeah.
We were sitting on the balcony.
Okay.
And how did it start? I think we were just talking about white people for some reason.
Yeah.
Why were we talking about white people?
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but next thing you know, we start talking about animals.
We were talking about childhood memories.
There we go.
And we were
There
talking
we go.
about pets because Mandi's cat hates the grass turf that's on
my
her balcony.
Okay. She's
So
a
her
hood cat.
Bodie is like he's scary.
He's scary
fake
as
tough.
fuck.
So he's out there like standing on the ledge, like looking freaked out, and it's like, bro, you really scared of fake flammable grass? Like, what the fuck is going on here? But you scratching the fuck out of everything else. Broke her TV when she first moved. Like
Your cat is wild.
her
fam.
cat is nuts.
No,
Like when you came up here with the scratching and shit,
oh yeah,
I was like
I
concerned.
legit look like a cutter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like we
crazy.
got some issues.
Yeah, like nah, and it's just a cat.
It's just a
but
cat.
Thank God.
But we were talking, and we started going through like our pets that we grew up with,
Yep.
and that we knew people grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
And here this bitch go like, what happened to gerbils? Have you ever seen a gerbil? What's a gerbil? And I'm like,
We didn't know.
That's the
anybody-
whitest shit I've ever heard.
gerbil
from
is
This is what
Bridget.
I'm saying.
Like,
I
Bridget,
didn't
really?
know.
You,
First of all,
my nigga?
no. I am terrified of rodents. All rodents.
okay.
I am mortified. I got chased on a train platform at 8 years old. This rat that was literally it was the size of Master Splinter. Okay, he crawled out of the hole, stood up, and I was like, when you're a kid, everything is gigantic to you, right?
Yeah.
I'm on the platform. This rat, I take off, and I see him stand up and do the same thing right behind me. My dad was crying, laughing on the train platform.
I don't believe
It was
it.
after that. I was.
but a gerbil
horrified.
and a rat, bro.
It's the same
But
shit
they
to me.
look alike.
It's
What's
the same
the
shit.
difference? What's the true difference
Well,
between
I had a
I don't
hamster.
know, but I didn't know anybody growing up that was not white that had a gerbil. I didn't.
Yeah.
People had hamsters, but I didn't know. What is the difference between a hamster and a gerbil?
Can we look
this
that up? What's it?
That
and a
gerbil
guinea
looks
pig.
like a mouse.
What about a guinea pig? Them things is big.
Where did y'all get guinea pigs from? Where do they live?
I don't know.
Where are they from?
Okay, hamsters, gerbils, and guinea pigs. What is the difference? Size matters. I know that's right. That's how it started, bitch. Size does motherfucking matter.
All right.
I was
Mandy
like,
gonna
okay,
find
sorry.
a way, baby. She gonna find a way.
Mandy
every
will
time.
find a way or make one every time.
So hamsters are known for their short, stubby tails, noses, and legs. Gerbils, on the other hand, have longer noses, tails, and hind legs. And
which they like to stand on. No, ma'am.
and
That's
gerbil-
scary.
That is scary.
Like imagine you woke up one day and saw a rat standing on two legs.
That's what happened to me
They
at
be
8
doing
years
that.
That
old.
didn't happen to you, Bridget.
That's what happened to me. At
Not in the
8.
subway, fam.
Yes,
He stood up.
I need somebody to corroborate who's been in the subway who understands the level of boldness and audacity that New York City rats have. They are worse than gerbils. Everything which they like to stand on their hind legs. Rats will square up with you, bro. Rats will square up with you. They are not afraid. They are scared of nothing at all. They are all just like clones of Bone Crusher. They ain't never scared.
Oh my God. You actually sound like you are terrified right now, even talking about it.
I'm horrified. Like I can't.
You know why this is funny? Because you're not afraid of anything. Like
I
since
am.
I've known you don't
I
you
am.
don't get scared. You're the calm, like, yo, fuck these niggas. We go. She's a thinker.
I want all the smoke with everything except guinea pigs. No, rodents.
We
rodents
were
freak me out.
literally talking about like just all the pets. So there's ferrets. I don't even know what a
And
ferret
where
is
are
now.
ferrets? Where are ferrets?
Where are they at?
I
I
have not seen a ferret in 25 years. Please, somebody
They're
tell me.
extinct.
They gotta be extinct.
They're extinct. Are ferrets extinct? Scream Man, can you look that up? What is a ferret is like a gerbil hamster? It's just a long
They
one,
kind of
right?
look like lemurs. Like they're.
What
Like
the
a
fuck?
cousin
How do you know
to
what
a
the fuck a lemur looks
I watch
like?
a lot of National Geographic. Which is also why I'm like, where did we get ferrets from? Because lemurs are in Africa. That's what Timon was from The Lion King. He was a lemur.
Look at Scream Man. I'm gonna need you to. He ain't know how to spell extinct.
Ferrets alive.
So he put, are they alive? Scream Man. All right.
Are ferrets still alive? That's a valid question because we don't know where they are.
That's what they look like?
Yeah.
They do look like the little...
The lemurs.
the naked mole rat with hair.
I'm just saying, where are they now? Somebody needs to tell me where we got ferrets from. Like, where do they live? Are they outside?
I think in 2021, it would be a punishment to get your kid one of those things.
You think so?
Yeah, nobody wants to see that shit.
Like, I'm not
That's
trying to come
punishment.
to your house and play with your ferret.
Look,
There's nothing about that.
But look, that's what, look, it says between 91 and 99, ferrets from that population were released at 29 sites in Wyoming, South Dakota, Arizona, and everywhere else white people live. Presently, ferrets...
Well, there you have it.
Ferrets survive at 14 of those sites. Currently, there are 340. Oh, there's only 300. Oh, in the wild?
But that's
301 in
small.
captivity, so there's only 600 ferrets in the world right now.
So are they? So does this count as being endangered?
They are endangered, bro.
It sounds like it from those numbers.
I think they're an endangered species.
It's less than 1,000 on
I ain't
Earth.
even gonna hold you. That's what it said. That's what it say.
Watch Netflix come out with watch Netflix come out with a Ferret King series because it's
not
coming.
a ferret king.
Because tigers are endangered.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Tigers are an endangered
I did
species.
not know that.
And they got Carol Baskin's stupid ass down there with the big cats. They gonna have somebody else out here crazy with all the time in the world and all the space to have a ferret.
I did not know
A ferret
that.
farm.
A ferret farm.
It's gonna be a ferret farm somewhere in somebody's backyard. In Wyoming,
Ridiculous.
got that.
In Wyoming.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shout out to the white people who got these endangered ass species.
Shout out to y'all Budden, man, for like getting us here.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Shout out to whoever sold you that. Like, cause I was on
I
deck.
said, Mandii, where are they now? Where are the
That's
ferrets?
yeah.
What is a guinea pig?
Sorry, y'all, that we started off
Where
with
the guinea
our
pigs live?
high-ass fucking conversation.
Because we still don't
great.
know. I've
We
still
don't.
never seen a ferret. I've still never seen a guinea pig in the wild.
Sucks to be a ferret.
This is
It sucks to be a
sucks
ferret.
to be a ferret.
You get it?
It sucks to be a guinea pig too. They only at PetSmart.
This is how I thought we would start this week's episode of See the Thing Is, y'all.
This is such a vibe.
It is.
This is so good.
This is
This is where we starting.
it does. This is just such a good song.
It really
this is
is.
one of those songs that just make me.
It is.
All right, let me get
love
in a
it.
good mood.
I love it.
I didn't know I was gonna make it today, y'all. A bitch woke up with no voice, bitch.
He's such a dope artist.
He's so
Such a dope
fucking
artist.
amazing. For y'all who don't know who this is Sucks to Be You by St. John. That's how we start in this week's episode. And of course, I want to give a round of applause to our really good friends with benefits. And he got a whole lot of benefits to him, goddammit.
Feel me.
We got SaVon, Don
Yeah.
on the motherfucking couch today.
It's good. Thank y'all for letting me be on camera this time. You
Don't
feel
do
me?
that.
Like, I'm here.
Don't do that.
You
Don't do that.
on the couch.
I'm on the couch. Like,
on
it's
the couch.
graduation.
We
It's
trying to do
level.
it now because we know that the price is going up. Yesterday's
okay.
price is not
You feel
today's
me?
price.
And you know what?
Shout out to the locks.
I failed.
Yes.
I failed in not fucking scrubbing that as a soundbite for the show yet.
Well, it's okay.
I failed.
because
I failed miserably. That's
all right.
my bad.
It's okay because we gonna give Fat Joe his flowers with this mixtape with DJ Drama and Cool and Dre because I am here for it. We listened to it all day Friday. It was
Please
great.
do. Please do.
Fantastic. Shout out
It's
Fat
nice
Joe.
to see Fat Joe still making that quality music.
And here's the thing. The Locks had to remind everybody
Yes.
that generation of hip-hop acts and of MCs, I will say, not hip-hop acts, because there's a lot of hip-hop acts and not a lot of MCs, that generation of MCs is still with the shits. And they still got something to contribute to the culture and the society, so I'm hyped.
I
And
think
lead it at that.
They do. Well,
Not just
they
like
set
they're-
the bar.
Yeah,
They set
yeah.
the bar, and and everybody else has to rise to the occasion to meet them where they're at, and I love it.
I think it's incredible, for them to have careers that are as old as me.
Word.
Yes.
That shit is
Fact.
crazy.
Yes.
I do also want to say, yes, guys, thank y'all for bearing with us. For all of you who became patrons this
Yes.
week, I want to shout y'all out right now.
Welcome.
Welcome. Yes, we are back. I know we missed y'all last week.
No, we didn't.
Well,
we didn't.
I
We
missed
needed that
them.
Monday off. No,
Not
she
all-
didn't.
well,
Mandii
no,
talks to
damn,
y'all.
stop
Mandii
it.
talks to
I do
y'all
all the time.
24/7. Mandii don't miss. Mandii don't give no time to breathe to miss nobody.
Well, that is the problem. Last week, I literally didn't have a voice.
I'm happy that you honored.
I had to
that you honored
cancel
that.
5 recordings on Sunday
Sheesh.
and reschedule them throughout the week, but
Yep.
I literally had no voice. I also canceled my trip to Spain.
Yes. That wasn't because of the voice, though. That was because of COVID.
Well, it was because it was level 4 COVID out there.
Yep.
And for those of you, I guess we could start there. If you do not live in New York, you may not be aware, but de Blasio made this announcement recently that pretty much you can't do shit in New York indoors if you're not vaccinated. And so I had got my first shot. I went ahead and got my first shot, and I didn't go to Spain because I'm like, damn, I got my first shot. It's level 4, but they got motherfucking Alpha, Kappa, Psi, Lambda, Delta, plus every fucking variant of COVID out there. And I was like, man. I didn't want to even risk myself going out there, not only getting stuck because Ibiza is fucking expensive, but also just then I wouldn't have been able to get my second shot because you got to go 3 months without being
a lot
positive.
Of bullshit.
It's a lot of bullshit.
A lot of bullshit. One trip.
A lot of bullshit.
So and you've been traveling too. So it's it's not like you've been stuck like some people where it's like, damn, it's the only trip I got. You've been moving.
Well, there's a lot going on professionally with me right now. And so y'all know a bitch did get COVID in October at the start of this show. I literally tested positive for 5-6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. I tested positive for over a month.
You might have been the first case of like the Delta shit.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
You might have been like the real first case.
We're not going to let you do that.
It's kind of
While
crazy.
Joe is still with the narrative, he caught COVID from me on this mic 2 weeks later.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to be on this mic. On this side, I was like, I remember that mic. I remember what they were talking about.
I don't change mics.
Yeah.
I don't leave my seat.
Damn, Bridget. Well, I want to let y'all know. So Mayor Bill de Blasio announced a strict new COVID mandate, including a proof of vaccination for those who want to dine and drink indoors, go to the gym, and social events in New York City.
He's annoying.
And this starts September 13th. This will be enforced.
We should have had mask mandates all of last year. There should never have been a conversation, a question around people not wearing the mask indoors and outdoors. I just feel like had we done that, we would not now be at this place where we're forcing people to get vaccinated who don't want to get vaccinated, which I'm not a supporter of the anti-vaxxer movement, but I do, if people really feel that strongly about their immunity systems being compromised, their fertility being, questionably if that's really the hill that you want to die on, I'm cool with that. Do your thing. Just don't go to the hospital. Just keep that same energy. If you get COVID, stay your ass at home. That's how I feel.
Oh, that's right.
But I do think that we should have mandated masks because now this does feel this feels a little scary that you mandating a vaccine for people when you didn't mandate a mask, and the mask should have been the first step. So we doing this a little backwards.
They should have never came off. The mask should have
never. I agree.
Vaccinated or not, because we knew even getting the vax when I got the vaccine, that you could still catch it. So there never should have been a moment where it's like you don't wear the mask here. No.
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
It's backwards. Not
only for New York, I know that for artists and touring, venues are now requiring artists and talent to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
And or some places are requiring that you're vaccinated and you have a PCR test that you take 72 hours in advance. So now the vaccine also is not within a few months if you're not vaccinated. It's not really going to make that much of a difference because you're going to have to be vaccinated and still present a negative COVID test.
And still take
You're going to have to do both.
Yeah.
So well, I get it. I think for me, I don't support, let me not say I don't support. The anti-vax thing is not me. I just do want more information on it. So I understand people that say, hey, I want more information on it.
You're not vaxxed yet?
I'm not vaxxed yet. No.
Okay.
But obviously, to just be safe and do right by the people that I'm around, I plan on getting it. But I kind of just wanted to let it play out a little bit.
You wanted to see,
I just wanted to wait a little bit.
The side effects were going to be crazy.
You feel me?
I mean, and I
remember.
But
that's not the same thing as being anti-vax. As being anti-vax. That's not the same thing. Because I know a few people that way that have other health complications. I have friends that are undergoing treatment for several different things, for fibroids or diabetes or anything else that lupus, things that might be that might really compromise your immune system. And if it's a concern, then I understand you wanting to take your time. But I also know that those people are socially responsible and they're not out and about. They've really been keeping a low profile, not trying to be around a lot of people, mainly because other people are more irresponsible. But they're still doing the right thing by protecting themselves and trying to stay out of spaces that look like super spreaders, like festivals and shit like that. So
yeah, well, I get my second shot soon.
We about to be
there's that.
How'd you feel, Mandii? Was it that announcement that you had to get it done, which forced you to get it?
I know, because you were trying to get vaccinated.
So this is gonna sound so ignorant, and y'all can kill me. I don't give a fuck. So I know that you could still catch it with the vaccine, but that the vaccine would lower your symptoms. I had it for 5-6 weeks, but a bitch was asymptomatic the entire time. So I was like, well, bitch, I ain't had no symptoms last time anyway. What the fuck am I getting it for? And I know that that's a selfish thing because had I gotten it, I could still transmit it and all that. Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
I got it because, bitch, food don't taste the same when it's delivered to my door. And I was like, I can't go to the restaurants. No.
So you trying to be in the
like,
streets
I can't
still.
drink outside.
You trying to be active.
Well, and that's the thing, too. We already know, I don't know if y'all see the weather, we already in the lows of the 60s in August here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't even know how much longer our summer is here.
Right.
And I'm like, a bitch ain't sitting out in the snow because I ain't vaccinated. I want to
That's how I know
sit
you from the
inside.
South. She says summer and then snow. Like, man,
Those are
there's
the
a
only two
period
things. That, for
between
her, those are
summer
the only
and then,
two
like,
things. It's either
That's
summer
it.
or snow. She's from Florida. We gotta
don't
keep
work
that in
that
mind.
We not finna keep doing that, y'all. I enjoyed our last pod. Shout out Money Long.
Money Long was
and
here
all of
to
the Florida
represent for
representatives.
Florida.
We're not gonna do that, even though Florida is very embarrassing. And I did want to, I wanted to bring up. I can't remember her name. I know a lot of people wanted us to speak on it and bring awareness to it. So I do want to bring awareness to the woman in Florida whose children were taken away, and right now there's like petitions on her trying to get her children back.
This was the video that circulated, right?
Yes,
With the father
and
in
it
the
is
car.
it's a
black family.
a black family, and it's just unfortunate.
It's devastating.
Yes, she was on American Idol. What's the name? Florida authorities. And she used to be, she used to. There we go.
Saisha McCardle from American Idol.
American Idol.
Wow.
She is battling now with authorities to regain custody of her toddler son after he was unexpectedly placed in foster care earlier this year. And if I'm not mistaken, she did just have another baby and they came and got her infant as well from her.
Why?
That's the thing. No one can really explain. I'm not sure. Oh, I guess they tried to say, even this one, I think they were trying to say there was some sort of child endangerment because she had the baby naturally or something. Some bullshit. That's all I know.
Yeah, I'm
It
not
was some
too sure.
bullshit.
Like bullshit.
This video, it says that she was breastfeeding her kid and the deputy tried to take the child while she was breastfeeding.
Yeah. It's
I don't
really,
even have the capacity to press play on a video like that.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
can't.
even.
And I'm
can't.
desensitized to a lot, just seeing all
That
the
part.
bullshit on the internet. But to see a mother be ripped away from a child, that's a little intense. I gotta read up on that.
I'm not
That's
gonna lie.
crazy.
Instagram does this thing now where it alerts you if it's a sensitive video.
Yeah.
So sensitivity caution.
It's Twitter.
I'm to the point now. I don't even care to click on it.
No, I don't either.
I don't want to watch the shit.
I don't either.
I am.
It's draining.
It's beyond draining.
But it's really Twitter. Instagram, I don't have a problem with too much with like the wild, crazy murders and shit. It's mainly Twitter. But I hope she gets her kids back, and I hope they're safe. I hope everybody's safe involved because this is a wild situation to hear that. Hey, I'm breastfeeding my child, and somebody's trying to rip my kid away from my nipple. What are we talking
and that's
about?
wild.
That's kind of
wild
crazy. You
as
know what I'm
fuck.
saying? Like,
So
what
he
are we
was
doing?
Struggling. I see. Okay, so the couple's nightmare began in late February when they took their 1-year-old son to a children's hospital for dehydration when he was struggling with the transition from breast milk to solid foods.
And are you
Okay.
serious?
Well, no, I mean they're doing the right thing though. So I'm confused. I mean that's probably what I guess what they're saying. The nightmare begins is probably they were under surveillance at that point, which is racist if that's really the case. But it's also, I mean, it's a baby. Like you have to.
Speaking
there's
of
gonna be
racist,
transitions
hold
like
on.
that.
I know this is real random.
Yeah.
I was just on Twitter. I be seeing everything.
Everything.
Have y'all? I don't know how.
You don't miss a beat.
I don't miss a beat.
I don't know.
She don't miss nothing, yo.
Is it the thread? Is it like the stuff that you follow?
There's another thread. No, because it just
Okay.
be popping up. But there was a thread. This is about Uber. Did y'all see? So it was two friends out. There was a white hand and a black hand. The white person, Uber was only like $28. The black person's Uber was $52. And there's apparently a study that there's an algorithm that is targeting higher prices for black people on Uber. I swear. And I just went through the whole thing. Yeah, apparently
That's
that's
a real thing?
It is a.
Did they show the destination and the location though?
It was
they
the
showed
same.
everything.
Yes,
it's the same exact thing.
It's the same exact thing. They were right in the same picture, and their Ubers were different. And they were saying like it's apparently a study that they did back in 2015 for Uber that they have an algorithm that does charge black people higher rates in Uber. It was just okay.
We gotta fight against everything,
nigga.
bro.
Even fucking
we
apps.
have to fight
First
against
off,
everything.
This was also a great app because if you live in New York, I don't know. I don't know how black people got around before Uber, because even when I moved here, a bitch lived in the Bronx. Yellow cabs wasn't taking me uptown.
Nah, that wasn't
no yellow cabs.
They were kicking me out of the car. I would wait because then I learned you tell them the destination.
You taking the train.
That's
how you get around before Uber.
It was awful. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm fucked up over that because I take.
I'll send you the thread.
You know what I'm saying? I use those ride sharing apps to get around. And to know that, like, now I gotta hit up my white homeboy to be like, yo, fam, let me use your profile.
No, you should. No,
send me the ride.
No, don't do that. All you gotta do is like put a white man in your picture and change your name to like Tom or something. Like
not
literally
from MySpace.
That is like
change your name to Tom with your avatar as Tom from MySpace.
And then a big ass black nigga in the car. Yo, what the fuck? Who is Tom? Where is he?
And be like,
I got a tan.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was on vacation. Leave me alone.
That sucks. We got to fight against that too. That's one of the small, minute things I thought that the algorithms may have been a little bit fairer to. But to hear that, that's
charge more for rides.
See, in non-white neighborhoods, bro, it's a thing. Well, you know what? Since we're already here, let's stick to the Twitter streets that I had so much fun in this week.
Mandii, well, we know Mandii loves an outline, right? But I woke up this morning to like updates on this outline that are all from Twitter. Every source is Twitter today. Carry on.
So this one is a really good conversation. Mm-hmm. Now, what we're talking about is Brittany Renner and NBA star P.J. Washington. Yeah. He's not even really a star.
He's an NBA player.
I mean, the nigga he just got a fucking max deal for like 70-something mil. So
did he? PJ?
Yeah, he sure did.
You sure?
Bro.
He got a max deal, P.J. Washington?
He got 78 mil.
Somebody to that team.
P.J. Washington.
I could be wrong.
No, look it up. Look it up. He got a little nice.
Regardless, he's making a lot more than the average person. So
yeah. See, I don't know if it's. Anyways. The conversation stemmed from a fake news article claiming that Brittany Renner, who is his baby mama and was his girlfriend for the last few years, broke up with him, filed for divorce of some sort, and I don't even think they were married, but basically she would be getting $200,000 a month. Now, both of them called cap on the story. However, he's now being seen on his Instagram crying that he can't see his son, and Brittany Renner also went viral because she let it be known that if you, in fact, want to get a bag, have sex with an athlete because they're dumb and they don't like condoms anyways. So this was on the internet, how many years ago? Maybe like 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
So before they even got together, he knew she was a fucking bird, bro.
Well, maybe he didn't. We don't know what he
Everyone
knew.
knew who Brittany Renner was, bro.
But he was a lot younger.
He was a kid. He was in high school.
He was probably a little bit more naive.
So yes, this is the conversation now. They're calling her a predator because she was showing up to his high school games. Then they were dating when he went to Kentucky. And of course now she just had his baby and he's in the NBA. I will say, if anything, she should be an agent, because she clearly can spot talent at a young age. And I'm like, she has a bright future ahead of her. She really puts these skills to the test. I'm just saying, she really could be a sports agent. But I wanted to have that conversation because, yes, she is 27 years old, and they started dating when he was 18 at Kentucky. When she was 26 at the time, he was 18. I wanted to have the conversation because I don't feel like it is predatory for a woman of that age to date someone young. I do feel like it was only predatory because it was in hopes of him getting a bag.
That's what she said. It was preconceived. It seemed to be, and maybe not targeted at him, but she let it be known like, hey, this is what you do. And then she executed it. Now, whether that was the intent while they was together, I don't know. But that's why the word predatory kind of applies to the situation. I don't think the age gap thing is a predatory thing.
No.
You know? I think it's a preference thing. But her saying in her car, hey, girls, ladies, if you want to do this, go fuck a nigga. They don't like condoms to get pregnant and then leave him right after they have a newborn. Yeah. That's why it looks a little predatory in my perspective.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the age... Well, I do actually think the age gap thing is only because of where they are, right? Not the actual years of the gap, but the level of development where they are in life, right? Because when you think about it, 6-7 years apart is not bad if you're 32 and he's 26, 27. Like it's not that bad. The development isn't that far off. You know what I'm saying? 18 years old, you are a kid still.
Yeah.
You have not experienced much of life at all. And somebody who's 26, 27, who's already gone through some really pivotal developmental times and developmental years, really should not necessarily be finding commonalities, the same sort of commonalities, especially a woman, commonalities with an 18-year-old boy. Like, it's just not. And I don't want to call him a boy to try to diminish him. I'm saying a boy in terms of his mental and emotional space and where he's at. Most people at 18 don't have a fucking clue, male or female, about who they are and what they're doing. So
I mean, but of course we all think we do at that age.
Of course, but someone who's 26 or 27 has way more wherewithal to make better sound decisions around partners.
Hell nah, look at myself at 26, 27, bitch. I ain't no shit then either.
But you got nothing in common with an 18-year-old.
You knew what you didn't want.
Okay, so this is why I wanted to bring up even the age gaps, right? As at 26 or 27, I was fucking with guys that were like 19, 20, 21, guys that were much younger than me.
But you weren't looking to build a family and start a life with these men?
No, but what I'm saying is, in terms of the age gap, I personally, if we're going to talk about women being predators and dating younger guys, the reason that I preferred to date younger men was because I knew at 26, 27 that A, I didn't want kids.
Right.
B, I didn't really know dynamically what I wanted to do relationship-wise, but I knew I didn't want kids. I knew I wasn't ready to necessarily settle down. And then older men come with a lot of baggage. So whether it be baby mamas, whether it be ex-wives, whether it be fucking wives currently, who knows? But my reason for dating younger men were that they had more stamina. They were more about having fun. And it was easier for me in my sexually liberated self to maybe get a partner who was open to learning and trying new things.
That's not predatory.
And I also think
that's not predatory.
But I'm saying a lot of people are saying the age gap is predatory.
Well,
and
no,
so I wanted
the
to bring
intention because the age gap, it's only predatory if the age gap mandates different expectations and intentions. This woman wanted to get married and have a baby. This young man is 18 years old. That's not what he's looking to do necessarily at 18 years old, unless he's being groomed and falling into the emotional manipulation of a woman that wants those things. At 18, a lot, I'm not going to say most, but I will go out on a limb and say probably a large portion of men who are young men who are 18 years old are not planning to be married with a child and married and doing all those things when they're 18, 19. Yeah. They're not. If that's what they're aiming for, they're in the process of working towards that, right? Like, you're trying to establish yourself. Right. When you're 18, 19, you should be wanting to have fun. You should be wanting to explore and date and do whatever. Like, that's the point. It's not predatory for you to be 26 and want those things because that's where they're at. Y'all are in the same place. So that's why it's not really the age gap. It's really where you are in your life. When you're 30, dating somebody that's 40, you both have enough life experience between 30 and 40 to figure out what it is kind of that you're trying to do. When you're 17 and 27, you're not in the same place. You're just not.
I think the other thing that people are kind of brushing over is if you look at the track record that she has and the caliber of men that she dealt with outside of just this isolated one with PJ. It's not even the caliber. Men.
It's not a caliber of men. It's athletes. She's only like the
artist.
Only public.
I was about to say
an artist, but
it's
been yes. But it's a very specific type of it's only celebrity. It's not. Yeah. She's not going after like a powerful attorney. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna hold
She's only going after celebrities.
And look at her list.
Her list is solid, bro.
Elite. Like if that was a starting five. That's an elite starting five.
Nigga, let me read some of these motherfuckers off her list.
She got
Colin Kaepernick, Trey Songz, Drake, Tyga, Chris Brown, and Casey. I don't know who Theriault is. I don't know who that man is.
And
I ain't gonna hold you. This list don't include some of the niggas I know. So I will say, like, this is a stellar.
That's the other thing. So look at the men that she's rumored to be with or she's claimed to be with. I mean, and then look at the person she quote unquote trapped. A younger athlete, naive. These are all seasoned men.
I'm looking at all of these. Right. I'm like, this is not a good list for us to go off of because she ain't having no baby with none of these men. She having a baby with a kid.
That's why it's predatory.
Correct.
That's why it's looked at as predatory.
Correct.
Because that's starting five, and that's a crazy.
Because you're dealing with five.
I'm putting her up against anybody right now.
And that starting five, has all dealt with and been around these type of chicks for over a decade.
Yeah, but I'm looking. Maybe she just wasn't ovulating because a lot of them niggas don't use condoms either. So maybe
we know because Drake had a baby with old girl that was from overseas.
Chris Brown had a baby during a threesome with Karrueche.
Okay.
I mean, we all know that.
I wasn't aware.
I don't know that to be true, but I'm not gonna comment.
Well, no,
on
that's how they met each other. Like that's what
I don't know. Is that
not a known thing?
That's not a known thing by me.
I thought that's how they met.
It's not a known thing by me either.
Oh, okay. Well,
shout out to Chris. Yeah.
Shout out to the threesomes.
Nice way to make a baby.
Horrible.
No, it is a bad way. It's a bad way to go out. It's a little bit bad.
It's awful.
But,
I'm not. Yeah, no, sorry. I'm team Karrueche over here. Sorry. But yeah, no, I think I agree with you, SaVon. I think the predatory part in all of this is the fact that you're dealing with a young man who really is not, he's green and he does not have the experience and the self-awareness and the knowledge and or the influence of somebody else to say, oh no, bro, this is looking like a setup. Maybe you should tread lightly, and here we go. Because it's one thing to get trapped in a situation with a baby, right? We hear that all the time. Men don't, it happens. Those kind of situations happen. The marriage thing though, you married this girl? Come on now.
And then, like, he seems so thrown off. Alex, I don't know if you could pull up his tweets, but he's
crushed.
Begging, like, he's crying.
Crushed.
You are nothing like I thought you to be. You played a trick on me. You're not who you claim.
It's
like,
so sad.
That's a whole bamboozle. That's a scheme.
I don't even feel bad for him.
You put on the act, you put on the front, and whether you feel bad for him or not.
I feel bad because he didn't know what it was. And a lot of these men I don't feel bad for because they move foul and they're on their own type of time. Yeah. I don't feel bad for those men. I feel bad for a young man who's probably never been in love before. This is probably his first love, and he thought he won, right? Mm-hmm. Clearly, your boy thought he won. He put a ring on it, had a baby. He was doing the whole thing. He was trying to do everything right. And the shitty thing is, right? And we can segue into another evergreen, and it's sad, but men never bounce back. They just don't. From situations like this, heartbreak like this, they don't bounce back. They hold on to that forever.
They be holding on from the shit in middle school, my nigga.
This is what I'm saying. They hold on to the shit forever.
We do that shit. And we try to justify it 20 years later.
And it's not okay.
And it's crazy.
It's not okay.
But that's the part that's shitty, right? Because now, if he was a nice guy before, I'll assume he is. If he was a nice guy before, he might turn around and be a complete dirtbag now because of this situation.
Well, one of the other conversations we were having off mic had to do with like the celebrities or anyone in his life to have told him, hey, bruh, I know who this girl is. She don't want you for who you are.
Right.
She wants you for the bag or what she thinks that you can provide to her later on.
Right.
And so we're having this conversation, and it's easy to assume that no one told him that.
Yeah.
It's easy to assume that. However, I'm not going to sit here and believe that.
Right.
You probably not going to sit here and believe that.
Mm-hmm.
If he's as old as he is, I would assume that even his parents probably knew who she was from social media.
Right.
Everyone knows who this girl is.
The hard part too about this and about her and girls like her is that this is a totally separate tangent, but it is something to be considered, especially with high profile men. The connection to a man and the validation from a man validates her automatically.
Yep.
So like him marrying her off rip or wanting to marry her automatically will make everybody turn around and be like, well, damn, maybe she's not a total hoe bag. Maybe she's not. Maybe she's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember when that pictures came out and she was pregnant and he was holding the stomach and it was like a big thing.
Oh yeah, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, they look really happy. She's refined. She's reformed."
That was the thing.
because he was in love and he was trying to marry her and they were trying to have a family. When that was the image that was portrayed. Not that she quote unquote trapped him, you know what I'm saying, and all. It
was a different story. It was a different
storyline. It was a different narrative. So that's also why I feel bad for him because obviously he was really in love with this girl.
He probably was. Here's the thing too. Even if people warned him about her.
Yeah.
Or told him, listen, I don't think that's who you should be with. Let's be honest here. A lot of us have dated ain't shit niggas or women who, you know, maybe your parents don't even like her.
Right.
And guess what? Who cares?
Matter.
You're not the one fucking and sucking her. You're not the one that makes that goes out on dates.
Nope.
A lot of us do not listen to our friends or family in terms of who we should be having as our partner.
Especially, she's probably really experienced.
Oh,
and I know when I was young,
she was doing the guac 3000 on the dick.
It's hard to listen to mom and dad when somebody doing some shit you didn't know was possible. It's like, damn, okay.
Like, mom, you don't lick my balls.
Right.
And that's why I'm going to be with her, okay?
Like, back shot, she actually touches my... I've never had that happen. Like, she just did it. Nobody said anything.
Changed the game. Changed your life.
It's a game changer. So I'm not going to... And the other thing, I think we mentioned this off air too, is like, she was going to his high school games.
Oh, yeah.
I have the credence to tell my mans, like, yo, she's my day one. She was in the stands before I was in the NBA. For real, like, she got it out the mud with me.
Meanwhile, it's day one for you, bro. It's day 729 for this girl.
But
you bugging out.
But he don't know that.
Right.
If she touched the balls and went to the high school game, like, I see the defense. I see the defense.
Yeah.
It's there.
That's fair.
But also, here's my concern. I know we were talking about maybe older heads. Again, off mic, we were talking about the Drakes, and we don't feel sorry for the Drakes and the Paul Georges and the Mellos and all these older veterans.
No.
So in that case, though, if we're looking at these older men falling victim to the same shit, who the hell really is someone that could talk to P.J. Washington about what to do? And I only want to bring this up because I'm just going to segue right into a grown-ass man with some bullshit-ass, relationship-ass views that he fucking wants.
I wish I could defend this nigga.
Listen.
I want to defend Mello and all those guys with this.
Now I'm talking about Meek Mill. Scream Man, how old is Meek Mill?
He's 34.
Oh my God, he's 34.
And you know why Bridget knows that? It's because every time something comes up with this nigga, we ask, yo, how old is Meek Mill?
How old is Meek Mill?
34.
Yo, Meek Mill posted something to his story, and I'm bringing this up because we're talking about dating, we're talking about relationships, we're talking about expectations, we're talking about all these things, especially as it pertains to an age gap, right? 34 motherfucking year old Meek motherfucking Mill took to his story, okay? And let us all know what he wants in a relationship, okay? Let me read this real quick. Meek Mill says, I don't want a relationship with anyone right now.
Well, by the way, we have to be very clear. He's quoting Justin LeBoy's.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
No, I know, but it's not a direct quote from him. He's reposting somebody else's toxic shit.
As in, he wants to be this toxic at 34 years old. He said, I don't want a relationship with anyone right now, but I want a date. I want a consistent person to talk to. I want you on me, but not too much, where you keep asking where I'm at. And I don't want you feeling, and I don't want you telling me what to do, but I want us to have fun. But I don't want you to talk to anyone else, though.
That sounds like
majority
of these guys.
Not at 34 though. At 34, I hope I'm a little bit more refined than that. Just a little bit.
I don't know. I ain't
gonna hold you. I can think of niggas right now.
I can think of a couple right now that's in their 30s that's still on this type of time. And here's the thing, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with this.
You don't?
I really don't.
Oh, girl, stop.
I don't.
Stop.
I'm saying I don't think there's anything wrong with this because I know women who operate the same way. And I think if this is what you want, fine. You're not gonna get this with somebody not talking to somebody else, though. You're not. You're just not. You're not gonna get that. That's not gonna happen. But I know women who want to have fun, who are cool with wanting to come and go and move and shake and be able to travel with whatever. Yes, I know women that want to do that. But that whole I don't want you talking to nobody else. No,
that's the crazy part, bro.
See, I think it's the optics behind who the messenger
is. It's the last line.
is.
The last line ain't it. But the rest of it, I understand.
It's also who's the messenger, because I don't know if y'all remember, but Drake said something like this on his Rap Radar interview where he was like, look, I'm not with nobody. I need somebody to fit into my life, my schedule, like to be a puzzle piece in my master puzzle. Yeah. And it's a little bit different delivery, but I think it's the messenger in this case. I think it's the messenger in this case.
It's that last line for me, but I don't want you talking to anyone else though. You out of your fucking mind.
But that's the thing. But a lot of people date that way. They date with zero intention, but want you to have all the availability and access to.
And that's my point.
And that's some bullshit.
That's my point.
Like, you're dating with no intention, but yet you also want to block me from any of the blessings that another man could bring.
I think Meek was trying to be funny. Now that I see Justin LeBoy's name, I don't think he's serious. I'm
you
not
don't
gonna
think
put
he's
that
serious?
on. Nah, I think he knew it would get a reaction. He knew it would get a laugh.
You must not see his tweets. He has tweeted similar things to this.
He's on this type of time.
He's on this type of time.
Don't fuck up dreams and nightmares for me, Mandii. Like, fam, I don't think Meek is. Nah, I'm not gonna do that to my guy, man.
No, you're not.
I'm not. I can't. It's Justin LeBoy, and that's another conversation. That's a bigger conversation about his influence and the shit he's spewing.
It's awful.
It's insane. It's insane how impactful that has been in this last year and a half.
Shout out to him for like carving that kind of lane. But I don't rock with most of the shit that he kind of promotes.
Well, I think that's what's fucking us up.
He literally said
in our dating. Look,
I'm sorry. Meek Mill just had tweeted a couple days ago, "I never met a demon chick that was worth it." She's the one that signed here.
Alex,
she's the one that signed. She's the one that signed on the dotted line. Like she's the one. Demon chicks on demon time are the ones that are like, "No problem, heard you, bro. You don't want me on you? No problem. I'm gonna be on you Wednesday, and then Thursday I'm out to Cabo with this next dude. Bye."
But going back to never recovering.
Right.
We saw when he was with Nicki and might like what that did to him. Maybe he never recovered.
Has anybody broken your heart and you never recovered?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
I've been fucked up for about a decade now.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Damn,
I'm trying to work through it. It's therapy, but when I see shit like this, it's motivation to kind of get out of that. But yeah, hell yeah. That's a real thing what you said.
Yeah.
Because
I know
why.
And then we just start fucking everything and then we try to conform.
Literally even talking to my man, he'll like if something triggers him from his past shit, he'll be like, yeah, and then blah 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 happened, and then this, and I'm like, oh, so that's still that really hurt you still.
I mean,
and friends of mine, same thing. I have a friend who literally is still to this day is broken up over something that happened in high school with a girl, and I'm like,
why do we put ourselves through this shit?
How?
Like why? So, and you know what, y'all look. Taking it back to Twitter, I found another thread this week. Okay. And it was actually talking about breakups and heartbreak.
Okay.
But it was an amazing thread, by the way. It has almost 400,000 likes. But it says that I cannot believe I'm this devastated after an 8-month breakup. What do people who get divorced after 20 years of marriage do? Die, I presume. Someone else said, you die, come back to life, die again over and over until one day when you stop dying with less frequency. Even then, after some years, something will happen and you catch yourself dying again. It stays with you and you just learn to live with it. Someone said that we also should, and this is the conversation I want to have with you. Someone said we should actually normalize the feeling of dying when we separate from someone we love, because that's exactly how it feels when we break up.
Well, yeah, it's grief. Grief essentially is love having no place to go.
And that's the thing. I just had a conversation on my other podcast about that being almost one of those emotions that we'd never learn how to deal with.
Never.
Grief is something that you can't even really, you can't prescribe anything for.
Right.
Grief is something that you really can't even talk out because it comes in little spurts and it will always be there with you.
Yep.
And so this idea of even relationships that we are so excited to keep hopping in and out of these relationships that literally attach grief at each point. Now we're just living with grief. And clearly your ass, you said a whole decade worth of grief.
So grief, I wasn't grieving for a decade, but I had the effects for the entire decade I have the longest been. So grief for me, like I shut down. And it fucks up my work. And y'all know I work 24/7. I'm on top of it, emails, whatever the case may be. If something gets involved or in the way of that, it's hard for me to accept taking on that challenge.
Right.
But that's just me. Like you said, grief looks different on everybody.
That's
the way you grieve isn't necessarily the same way that I do. You might go out, turn up, drink, party, be with your friends all the time. I might be a reclusive. And now I just want to sit back and I don't really want to answer that email today. And you know what? Damn, I see my mom calling, but yeah, she'll be there. And then you just start going into this mindset of just taking everything and everybody for granted because you're grieving. I know me.
Yeah.
So when you do grieve, you got to understand what it is that you do when you do grieve. And if it's going to fuck you up, like a relationship for me, right? If it doesn't go well, it will take my focus and my energy away from what I'm trying to build in my professional life. And as an entrepreneur, as somebody who, like, I have to eat what I kill.
That's expensive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can't afford it.
It's expensive, right.
But when I meet somebody, it's hard for me to just kind of say, hey, look, this is how I am if this shit doesn't work out. So I'm not really going to feel it. I just kind of got to maneuver my own way.
I think that's a man. I do think that's a man thing.
I think so too.
I think that's a man. Which
absolutely,
and it's not a criticism of like, damn, there's something wrong with you. But I do think that women.
There might be.
I mean,
and I'll take that.
I don't. But I don't think so. Like we talked. I mean, even on our Patreon episode, we talked about the fact that there's very little room for men to openly express their feelings in the moment that they're feeling them. Right? We oftentimes will make space for it when a reaction happens or a response to something else is triggering for you, and then it's like, oh shit, why are you so upset?
Yeah.
It's like, well, actually, bitch, let me go down a list of things that you've ignored this whole time. And then nothing gets addressed in the moment. And grief is like that too, but that's also because grief is not something that even when addressed in the moment goes away. Yep. It's something that keeps coming back in waves. When you think about any major loss, even somebody dying, right? And it's one of those things too. Everybody deals with death differently. Yeah. But the after effects, it never ends. Like when you lose somebody important to you, the feeling never goes away, right? I mean, this last year alone, I think I can count 3 different friends that lost a parent to COVID, right? And that grief is not, we had a conversation about it briefly and it was like, well, does it ever get easier? I lost my dad when I was 20. It never really, it gets lighter, but you never feel that whole.
Right.
So the grief comes in waves. There'll be moments even now, 15 years later, where something will trigger me and I'll just start crying out of nowhere because something reminds me of my dad. It's grief never leaves. It will just show itself in different ways. And like you said, SaVon, once you know who you are and you understand how you process things and really take the time to figure out how to process things, if you don't, it makes it a little bit easier to deal with, but it doesn't make the actual feeling any easier. I think you do die several times when you're grieving with grief. I think you do, especially with heartbreak.
Especially with dating. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's no space for, like, society hasn't found space for grief or grieving, right? So you can't call out of work because you're grieving somebody, or you can't tell your friend, yo, I'm going to cancel these plans because my mental is really not there right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hasn't been socially acceptable to grieve. Other than in the moment. Right. So if your man breaks up with you on a Wednesday, your friend's gonna give you a week to grieve, but after that, nigga, we out on the streets. We back in the club. Right. I got a friend who got a friend, and now I want you to meet him. You don't really, society and just a social
just
structure.
Read me,
you
nigga.
feel me? It doesn't allow
I feel judged right now for that grieving shit. Girl, I'm gonna get you flued out and you gonna have some fun because you gotta get over that nigga. Right. Because here's the thing too, honestly, as friends, and I just wanna say, let me add to this real quick.
Mandii is definitely that friend.
I'm that friend only because
Mandii is
through the grief
banging on your door
through the grief.
Like, bitch, do you want these Cartier love bracelets or not? No, fuck that guy.
But you know what? Here's the thing too. As a friend, if you reach a point where you're finally breaking up with your partner, you have to understand. We now have been told all of the awful things about this nigga any motherfucking way. Yeah. You've been venting to us about your partner.
Oh, I hate that.
And so therefore, now that it's broken up, girl, all right, cry over that nigga that broke your heart while y'all was together and fixed it back and broke it again and did all these awful things while he was with you anyways. Cool. You gonna be sad, and now let's move on to the next one. So as friends, because we've heard only all the bad things, and I think we started maybe episode 1 or 2, we talked about this. Like, we share so many of the bad things about our partners with our friends that when it's over, girl, it's a celebration for us. Because, bitch, now I ain't got to fucking hear you on the phone complaining about this motherfucker no more. We gonna get you somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, that's the thing.
So that's why. So don't sit here and make it seem like I'm a bad friend because I'm trying to get her some dick
you're
out of
just
her
a bad
breakup.
friend to the boyfriend.
You're a bad friend to the boyfriend, not to her.
Like your friend.
You know,
you're just like,
okay.
so now when she get back with the nigga, he gonna be looking at you like, yo, this bitch.
Yeah, but now you making me sit here thinking I ain't respecting her grieving period, nigga. Shit. Making me feel like I'm a fucking bad friend. God damn.
Now we all need friends like you, though, Mandii. We do.
I do.
We do. Because some people just send it like I'm
the friend that's gonna come over and wallow with you. You in the darkness. I'm gonna come over and wallow with you. We gonna pray. We gonna cry. We gonna watch movies. We gonna eat ice cream. We gonna get high. We gonna do whatever we gotta do. And then Mandii is, and then we call Mandii, and then it's like, all right,
there's levels to grieving.
We're tired of crying,
right?
bitch.
I don't know. I feel like there's shots being thrown with love at the same time. So we gonna just can we let's get happy in here real quick. God damn it, shit. It's like y'all's compliments don't really be compliments.
They
but
are
I be like,
compliments.
Oh yeah,
we need you.
Yeah, thanks.
We need you.
We need a friend of.
We did a whole fucking Patreon episode. No I in team because y'all let me know I'm such a hard worker, but I also am fucking annoying with it. So thanks. Y'all really did do that. Y'all know that? I love how y'all like give me a compliment just to tell me how I'm doing some annoying shit in the same time.
No, I like that.
That's
you do?
That's how you. That's how you
like
should
it.
receive compliments.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah. It's great to receive compliments. It's not. No one was insulting you.
Yeah, but y'all's compliments normally are followed with some insults.
Are they?
Not insults.
No, look. What do you call it?
Criticisms.
See, constructive criticisms.
But those are the type of people you want to be around.
Yeah, heard
Those are the type of people you want to be around.
Listen, Mandii be reading me, so I can't.
Do I?
Yeah, bitch.
What I do?
You was reading me last week.
What I did.
Right. What I did.
She was reading me last week.
That's what I did.
She was like, well, I don't know if you know how much work this is going to be when you... And I was like...
The workout, yeah.
I was like, okay, you right, bitch, you right.
I mean, you know...
Because I be trying to... I like to be helpful and excited
Yeah,
about
but my
things.
problem is...
And Mandy's like, that's not real life, bitch.
That's
and
literally... I be
okay,
having to
all right.
remind Bridget because
All right.
Bridget is such a kumbaya
I'm a
ass
happy-go-lucky ass
bitch.
bitch.
And I be like, so then she just thinks that everything in the world is going to be great all the time. She's like such an optimist. And I be like...
She's like, no, that's not real.
I be like, that's cute that you think that, but so how reality is set up, girl.
The way the facts are.
Nah, y'all balance is great, yo. Y'all balance is amazing.
Nah, that shit is crazy. Well, before we get into our freshly squeezed, we do have some music shit to talk about. I don't know, where did y'all want to start? We got Diddy and Iggy. Which one we starting with?
I mean, I didn't think there was much about Iggy. I thought she just made a statement that we
Yeah,
agreed
I mean,
with.
I guess I kind of want to. I guess there's not much. Well, we could just say it. So Iggy
We could talk about Iggy's
real
statement.
quick because that's not long. So Iggy took to Twitter to say that she. Look at, I got my Australian accent coming through now.
Okay.
I really wish that's not.
I don't think.
I think we should just. I think we should just not do that.
Stick to the South.
Okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
Read it in the Southern accent. That would
Southern
kill it.
accent. Here we go.
Yeah, let's do that.
So I really wish record labels
Yeah. Now you in your
will
zone.
all agree to make it mandatory to hire at least one psychologist per label. Almost every artist in recent times has expressed struggling with the level of hate and pressure. Sports teams do it for their athletes. Why
No,
not
they don't.
music labels?
Sports teams actually give people fines for prioritizing their mental health.
Actually, yeah, that's exactly what they did.
They give people fines.
Yeah, so
that's not
girl,
a thing.
no, but it's okay. She dates rappers and athletes. But I wanted to just, I guess we could briefly walk through this. I want to give a round of applause because if this is her saying this, a round of applause is owed to That's of LVRN, Love Renaissance. If you guys did not hear, Bridget and I have Sarita on the couch. She's currently our therapist, but she is also hired
individually. Mandy and I don't have joint therapy.
No, not joint therapy.
No.
But she actually is the therapist hired in-house for LVRN and all of their artists. So for those of you who also are not familiar with maybe the artists under LVRN, that's the Summer Walkers, the Blacks, the Shelly, aka FKA Drum.
FKA Drum, yes.
I think they also are BRS Cash, the Throw Baby nigga.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know his name, so I'm not even going to attempt to say.
I just go to Alex whenever I have a music question.
Is it BRS Elemental P? It's some letters. Yeah, it is BRS Cash, right?
BRS Cash. Okay.
Look at me getting the letters right.
Yeah, it's BRS Cash,
There
and
we
then
go.
they manage Division as well now.
They also have Division.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear what comes from that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, they have
amazing.
an album coming out with Ty Dolla $ign.
That's gonna be nice. That's
I'm
gonna be
hyped for
beautiful.
that.
When does that come out? Do we have
I don't know, but
yet?
I saw Daniel posted. Shout out to Daniel and Jesus Christ. Shout out to Daniel from Division, and he posted literally a picture of what I think is the album cover on his Instagram.
I can't wait for that. I do. I agree. That I do agree with Iggy's sentiments, though. I do believe that each label should have at least one. I think that one is also the bare minimum.
Yep.
Bare minimum.
Especially because I'm going to corporatize this shit, y'all. So a lot of corporations, like the big four Fortune 500 companies, are offering that now. It's a little it's a little iffy because you definitely don't want it to be nothing HR related.
Yeah.
But they do have a lot of things. And one of my last jobs, they actually had like a mental health room. So it was just a quiet room that you were able to go into, and it was one of those places where you don't play music, you don't do anything. It's just a quiet room for you to come and like decompress from being at work. So getting away from your desk, getting away from the people around you, and literally just going to a quiet space. So I think that there's a lot of pushes right now for mental health and for the importance of that. So I do hope that something changes soon.
I think it would be nice, and even just the idea, the concept of one is good, but I think to really kind of address some of those things is like Atlantic Records, they have Bruno Mars, and then they got Pooh Shiesty. They may be stressed out about two different things in their life.
Correct.
So maybe we should, also not just minimize, hey, his mental health. Let's kind of really address some things and really make it seem like, okay, these artists may need a therapist or somebody to talk to who can relate.
Well, yeah, they have to customize. Hello,
and Youngboy.
They all
NBA Youngboy.
They need some customized care here, and I think that's the part that we forget when artists come out and they complain and people are like, oh well, you have so much money, how can you be upset? And it's like, bro, every single person has their own baggage.
Absolutely.
Whether there's money involved or no money involved, it's still everybody has issues. It's human.
Absolutely.
And it's nice to see Iggy in the forefront for something like this. The news. It's on the Shade Room for this. Like, normally you see her on the Shade Room for shit like Meek Mill. This is something kind of positive, and I like this message a lot. So shout out to her.
The other thing, and I think this came out a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to have this conversation.
Oh no, we missed this. This came out. This was news when we were on hiatus last week. But
Diddy. Yes. You want to share what Diddy is doing now? Since you done been on record labels and shit, bitch. I ain't been on no record labels.
I mean, and sadly, Sean Diddy Combs has been was a pioneer for R&B, like producing R&B hip hop records during probably the greatest decade of music, which is the 90s. Don't debate me, debate your mother. And
all the smoke, she said.
All the smoke. Well, because in my mind, the 90s had so many different elements in every single genre that was all across the board, that was so pivotal, that's classic and timeless, and really has set the bar incredibly high. Not even just with music, but just with television, with fashion, with culture, with just all over, all across the board. But as we know, the artist formerly known as Puff Daddy, also was accused of a lot of abuse of contracts with artists and creatives during the peak, his peak of production, of the production aspect of his career. But he did share plans to launch a new label, essentially for R&B artists only. Because he says because R&B was abandoned. I feel like it was abandoned, and it's a part of our African American culture. And I'm not signing any artists because if you know better, you do better. I'm doing 50-50 partnerships with pure transparency. That's the thing. So that we can own the genre. We don't own hip hop right now, which sadly it's never been owned by black people. But that's a conversation for another day. We have a chance to, and I'm going to make sure that we own R&B.
I would be really interested to see the breakdown of this.
Yeah, I would too.
Only because I don't believe it's going to be a 50-50 partnership, but I would be curious, does that mean they're going 50-50 on all expenses, 50-50 on all profits?
I mean, I would assume it goes 50-50 where masters are concerned, where ownership is concerned, because that's really that's a huge part of, and shout out to my friend Tiffany Redd, because she's been on a tirade for the last year to free creatives, producers and writers from absolutely abominable publishing deals and publishing and production agreements with major labels, and so something that she has advocated for the entirety of her career is making sure that creatives have more ownership of what they create. And I think that's been the part that's been sad. Even Money Long was saying it too. It's like, she has written records, she's written #1 records for top 10 artists her entire career, and at some point in time was being sued by a label for millions of dollars over money that they alleged she owed, when in fact it was money that she never saw. Crazy. And there's a documentary. It's like maybe 8 or 9 years old. A documentary that Jared Leto put together with his Screaming, can you pull up the name of the? It's a 30 Seconds to Mars documentary, and it basically highlights his band 30 Seconds to Mars fallout with Virgin EMI Records, and how much money they claimed. Artifact is the name of the documentary. 2012. So it's a brilliant documentary because it walks you through all of the breakdown of the budgets that labels have when they launch an artist, and the money that gets allocated for different things, but it's money that never actually gets spent on most of those things, but you still get hit with a bill at the end as an artist.
Wow.
And so, you know, a lot of these conversations are now starting to come to the forefront. And Tiffany actually has a company, a nonprofit called the 100%ers, and it's completely centered around clarifying what a lot of the fine print in some of these contracts that a lot of artists have signed over the years really has tied them to, right? And so I am, like you, I am curious to see how Diddy transforms, you know, from being one of the many artists turned label heads that took advantage of some artists, to now, you know, becoming someone that's really trying to be a part of this new wave of artist ownership and you know, artist control of their own masters. I think it's really important.
And I want to take away from music just because, again, I've never been a part of a label, but as a creative period. So whether you're a podcaster, whether you're a screenwriter, a script writer, just truly owning the IP to literally all of your own ideas. So like, right now, I'm pitching a lot of things to different places, and I'm bringing in my friends who have script TV ideas and pod TV ideas and just all of these different things. And that's the one thing that my attorney and my agent have been like, make sure you keep ownership in all this, because a lot of these networks, like a Netflix or a Hulu or Amazon, will come in, like your idea, pay for it, but now they own it.
Right.
They get everything and you got your nice little check, but that's it.
Right.
So there's also ways that, again, if you're a podcaster, if you're producing any sort of digital content, TV content, anything, there's definitely ways that you should also make sure you're not giving up the ownership or IP of those things as well.
I think that's one of the beauties of podcasting, excuse me.
Right.
Because the music industry, a lot of people assume podcasting and music is synonymous, right? That if you're in podcasting or maybe it's just, I'm in a unique situation. I kind of work with a rapper, so maybe it's just me. I don't know, but a lot of people think it's synonymous when it's really not. Like
it's
the
not.
podcasting business infrastructure is still being built.
It's
still being built.
Now.
We are kind of building it. And even if you don't talk to another podcaster, you just see their movement, you just see what they're doing, encourage them to say, look, keep your IP. Because that's going to help the next wave or the next person or whoever. So it's nice to see Diddy, like he said, if you know better, you do better. I don't think he can afford to ever have some of those heinous things put on his name again. So I do have confidence that he'll do the right thing as far as like, hey, if this is 50-50, whatever that 50-50 breakdown looks like, I believe that it will be, you know, in the artist's favor and true to his word. Because he knows what people say about him. He knows what he's done, you know? And maybe that was the climate. And I know a lot of people, a lot of executives from back then, they say, hey, this was business standard. Right. This was the practice. Everybody did it. It wasn't just me, right? So you was conforming to what it was at that time, the infrastructure of what it was. But today is different. And I think Diddy has done a lot. He changed his name to Love. You can't change your name to Love and still fuck niggas over.
Wait, he did what?
Yeah, it's Love.
Wait, when did that happen?
He calls himself Love. He goes by Love now.
You lying?
I'm tired.
No, for real. That's a real thing.
You lying?
So you can't. The two can't be the same.
I have never heard him refer to himself as Love.
I follow Diddy. I've seen it. It's a thing. He's branding.
Love.
Look, from Puff Daddy to Puffy to Diddy to Love.
Oh wait, he just did that in August?
This is recent. This is pretty
Ain't
recent.
nobody calling that motherfucker Love.
He's a Scorpio.
However, shit, you know what?
He's a Scorpio. I'm not buying it. I'm not.
You know what? The fact,
No.
but the fact that he did get everyone to go from Puff Daddy to Diddy, maybe he's confident that now we all gonna call his ass Love. But no, he ain't getting that from me. He's gonna be Puffy Diddy Daddy Combs forever.
Puffy Diddy Daddy Combs.
Puffy Diddy Daddy Combs.
Sean is cool. Sean is cool too.
Where's Sean? God damn it.
Puffy Diddy Daddy Combs.
Mr.
Say that 3
Combs.
times.
Puff Diddy Daddy Combs. Puff Diddy Daddy Combs.
Puffy Diddy Daddy
So you know
Combs.
what? Puffy Diddy Daddy Combs. You know what's crazy though? I love that you say just call him Sean. Bridget, let me ask you, have you ever went on a date with somebody and he had a nickname? So maybe he pulled up and was like, yo, my name is Dollar. And you were like,
No,
it's not on your birth certificate.
It's not.
Have you ever been okay with calling a man by his nickname?
I mean, I call my man by his nickname all the time. But also,
you do.
I do.
You're
But-
and that's like, but
also-
no. When you be serious, you use that first name.
Oh, when I'm serious, it's giving
when
government.
he fucked up, it's government all day long.
when you in trouble.
And that's why I don't understand. How are you afraid of the rat that's standing on 2 feet?
Because
look at your energy. It's
because now I'm the rat standing on 2 feet. Who's squaring up?
You know what?
Now the roles have reversed.
That is funny. I didn't even. You
It's
do
true.
go.
Well,
you
that's
do call
also
him by his nickname.
because most of his family members call him by his nickname.
Okay.
So to me, that's always how I distinguish it, right? It's like if it's just something that only people that don't know you that well, because I took that out immediately. Like as soon as we were talking, I was like, okay, but what's your real name? Because I'm not doing this. But also, I have to like the nickname. If the nickname sounds stupid, I'm not calling you the nickname.
Like you're not calling someone.
I'm not calling anybody Dollar. Like, no. What? Unless your last name is Tree, we not.
All right.
No.
All right.
No, I don't. No, I wouldn't. I don't like calling people by that.
And I'm not calling that nigga Love ever.
But also, I think for some people, no, I'm not calling him Love. I'm not calling anybody Love. Like that's just not. We're not doing that.
But what if
We're
their
just
name
not.
is Love? You gotta call him Love.
I mean, listen, my homegirl, Allie Love, that's her real last name. Allie Love is her real last name.
That's a dope last name.
That's really her last name.
That's a dope last name.
Is she an artist?
No,
she is
she is
something with a name like that.
She is one of the top Peloton instructors, but she's also a fitness motivator. She has Love Squad,
and she opens up for the Nets.
She's
the
the
Nets.
MC,
Okay.
the MC for the Brooklyn Nets. She has, she leads like a whole charge called the Love Squad.
Okay.
And it's fitness and wellness and health based around women. So
yeah, you can't let a name like that go to waste.
No, you
that's
can't.
her real name,
Love,
the Love
like,
Squad.
yeah,
like she really has coined that. So congrats to Allie Love for that being her real
my
name.
mom just wanted me to have a job, so she gave me a boring name. So that's why I switched it up.
It's not a boring name.
It is a boring name.
It's not.
Amanda. Do you know how many fucking Amandas there are?
Yeah,
I have an awful fucking name. Sorry.
Well, at
shout
least-
out to all the Amandas out there.
Well, at least it's common enough. Anytime somebody says they never say Bridget Kelly, it's always Kelly Bridget, as if I fucked up. Like I don't know that my first name is not
Kelly
Bridget.
I was saved though, because y'all know I haven't been shit for a while, and I grew up on the internet. But none of my jobs could ever find me because it was all these other Amandas, blanks, my last name. A whole bunch of white bitches. So they never found me ever to being the awful shit person that I am.
Well, no, because everybody would say Kelly Bridget, and I would walk up and they'd be like, "Are you sure?" And I'd be like, "Bitch, are you sure?" Because it says Bridget Kelly, not Kelly Bridget.
At the DMV,
At
Kelly
the DMV,
Bridget?
they're like Kelly
who?
Bridget. No, Kelly is my last name. Like I can, I saw that. I can read. It said last
And they
name.
really thought you fucked. They thought that you didn't know the difference between your first and last.
But also, whose last name is Bridget? Whose last name?
I mean, there's a lot of weird last names.
I don't know a Bridget.
But I have two
I don't know
first.
a
But I
Bridget.
have two first names, and Kelly is a famous last name. It's a lot of people with the last name Kelly. Either way,
I'm gonna stay away from that last name.
It's neither here nor there.
neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there. You want to get into Freshly Squeezed?
We'll get into first.
Because y'all know I'm just coming in to talk shit this week. I'm ready to talk shit. Give it to us, baby.
Freshly squeezed, yeah.
Yeah, baby. See, my voice did that good today. All right. Y'all know where the fuck we're starting first.
You do, because I told y'all I'm fucking sick of this goddamn song.
Okay, well, I like the song, but I'm mad.
I'm sick of it because nobody listens when they said, we don't need no other body. Nobody listened, apparently. Nobody gave a fuck that was the hook.
If you would have did a remix, I'll go cop that shit right now. Because you smoked that on like the light tip.
You really
On the
did.
light tip.
Thank
like,
you really
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just upset because, guys, this is the song of the summer. WizKid did what WizKid needed to do.
Yeah.
And Thames.
It already
This
gave.
is
It already
also-
gave what it was supposed to give.
This is also on a Made in Lagos album. Why? Sorry, why did we have to add a colonizer to it? That's all I want to know. Why did we have to add a colonizer to Essence? And again, I saw it as a tweet, and I'm going to reiterate it because I died laughing. Justin Bieber being added to Essence is the reason oxtail is $100 a pound. That is why.
He gentrified.
We gotta stop gentrifying the shit that's for us.
Oh my God.
I ain't gonna hold you. They got recipes with oxtails now that I just did a crime. My bad. My mouth was watery, y'all. I did not mean to add the S at the end because I be chopping niggas in the neck when they want to add an S at the end of oxtail. It's just oxtail, not oxtails.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's not plural.
It ain't plural. It's just oxtail.
It's just oxtail.
Oxtail. And yeah, I just don't know why. Why? Shout out all my brothers.
It doesn't
why?
sound better. It doesn't. He didn't add to it.
Why?
He didn't add anything.
He didn't add to it.
But also, I'll be honest with you.
From WizKid,
Oh, no.
I could kind of see why you want
a white man.
somebody of that magnitude.
Bring me to the white audience. Yeah.
I mean, from a strictly business standpoint,
I get
maybe.
it. I get it.
But he didn't add to it. It doesn't sound any better. When I go to the function, I'm not turning this version on.
Maybe.
You know,
Like,
because we're used to and we're used to people jumping on a remix of something and making it better.
Yeah, especially when it's the song of
The song is
summer.
already lit. So if you jumping on the song that's already lit, you gotta be bringing
gotta
something
buy it.
else.
I'm not gonna lie. That's
buy
my
it.
problem with this though. We already coined this the song of the summer. Everyone's been playing it. She hates. Everyone puts
I'm
it on
tired.
their IG stories.
Every
their IG
single
TikToks.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch, I'm gonna do one today. Make sure I have Essence playing. But
Y'all ain't got no more essence. The essence is dead. The essence is gone. The essence of whatever it was is completely overdone.
That's my thing. The song is called Essence.
Mm-hmm.
It's on an album titled Made in Lagos.
Yep.
And you felt the need to add a white man?
I mean,
Like, that's some real bullshit, okay?
I'm gonna be honest. The last time I was on the podcast and Justin Bieber came up,
Oh yeah.
so I'm gonna just skip over JB.
yeah,
But
yeah, because
but
you
I
be
will
saying some
say-
bullshit.
But I will say, I don't think he added to this song. It didn't need him. It's a great song.
I like a lot of Justin Bieber songs.
Me too.
I really do. But
The Maria
this,
I'm Drunk.
I didn't need
with Young
this.
Thug, like it was a good song.
I
But
didn't need
this wasn't necessary.
all the stuff that Pooh Bear has ever written for Justin. I love. Is it too late now to say sorry? I love that song.
That is really good.
He has some joints, but I'm not here for this. This was something. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay.
You
You
need
be
this.
knowing everything.
What?
I love that she knows all the songwriters on every
I know,
song.
that's really crazy.
Like,
Because
I
I love them. Like I want to work with them.
Like I appreciate.
Yes.
If nobody has ever told you that, I appreciate
Thank
that you
you.
always show love to
Thank you.
songwriters.
Thank you.
Always.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know who wrote this trash ass song. The next one we're gonna talk about that was awful, that got really good marketing, but was trash. Is this song? And you know what? I love both of them.
What?
But we're gonna play the next trash ass song. Sorry, I told you I just came in here to hate on these motherfuckers.
What song do we hate today? Oh.
Big girls be hoes. Before you, Lizzo.
Okay.
Even what is it? What is it called? The bass line? I don't know what you call it. The drums? I don't know what it's just bad.
What's the opposite of song of the summer? Because what the fuck is this? Nah.
It has
Bro.
11 million views in 3 days.
Because it's Lizzo and Cardi has been pushing the fuck. At this point, Cardi is being paid. We're not gonna get Cardi music because Cardi is being paid an astronomical amount of money, literally, to just be featured.
Just to put her name on
Just to
some
put
shit.
her name on it. We see that she just did that shit with Normani. We see that she did the shit with Meg. She's doing a lot of collabs with people and making bank just being featured, my nigga.
This is
This
bad.
was an awful, awful, awful song.
This is bad.
I said the same about Normani's song. Awful. Cardi, get
this
your money.
visual is fire, though.
I love the visual. I'm
This
not gonna
visual
lie.
is
But we said
fire.
that about Normani. Normani
Yeah.
had a wonderful video to Wild Side. This is a beautiful video. The song is just not it.
Because the budgets are outrageous. So the video has to look like that goes without saying. I think Normani and Lizzo, you don't even have to mention the video being amazing because we know it's going to be amazing because Cardi B is on
I
the
think
song.
Cardi's team
You
is
feel me? It's
a part.
always going to look amazing if she's on the screen.
Can I also ask?
The
and
music is ass.
Bridget, you've been in the industry for a while. I know, SaVon, you're a music head as well.
Yeah.
Has there ever been another woman artist who flaunted pregnancy the way that Cardi does? Because I thought that most artists hid pregnancies. It's like they go on a hiatus and announce their children later and come out with music to motherhood and all that stuff. Cardi literally be out here in G-strings where her fucking pregnant ass belly. I love it. I absolutely love it.
I do too.
I love it.
I think she just be doing favors for her friend. Like, yeah, girl, you know what? You need to look. I got you. Pregnant belly and all. Like, I think she fucks with the people that she's popping out for pregnant. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think she would just do it just to do it. I think she's invested, or maybe not invested. She fucks with Lizzo. Like, her and Lizzo have a lot of things in common. They're abrasive. They don't give a fuck. They have, you know, that same kind of attitude, demeanor, where it's like, yo, this is who I am. Their personalities. I think
Cardi is going to take a break after this. After this baby is born, I think she's going to sit down for a little bit, which I think is also why she's going as hard with all of these features and being out. Also, I love seeing pregnant women still active and doing all these things, even if they
being sexy,
but and confident, but also still living life, right? Like we always hear like, well, once you get pregnant, you have to sit down. Yeah. And unless that's health related, I don't agree with that. I think women should still continue doing everything that's normal for them, that they love to do, being pregnant. And I like that the stigma that women who are pregnant are so fragile and untouchable is also being crushed by women like Cardi, because at the end of the day, I don't like the stigma around women needing to be angelic and innocent, and pregnancy is fertility is so it's pure and clean. No, Cardi is a sexy woman. She's a sexy woman with a beautiful body, pregnant or not. And she is flaunting every aspect of who she is, pregnant or not. And I think that's great to be able to celebrate that. I think that's awesome. Yeah. I do. I love it. But I don't like the song.
The song is trash.
I don't like the song. But I do like the fact that it's in true Lizzo form. It's still Lizzo talking her shit. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that, because then she went on live a couple days later and was crying because people have been so mean to her despite her making such positive music, right?
But that's what I'm saying. The song isn't like, she's saying, fuck all the rumors that y'all are saying. I'm here, I'm beautiful. Y'all are saying I did all this. You can't come out with a song like this to go on Instagram Live and now cry about the comments still.
Well, because the comments aren't about the song. The comments are about her being fat. That's what she's crying about. That's got nothing to do with the music, which is why she's upset. Yeah. Because if you don't like the music, cool. Yeah. You don't like the fucking song, then don't listen to the song. But people still commenting on her weight.
But that's the thing. Even in the song, she says, y'all are mad that, or y'all are blaming me for turning big girls into hoes and stuff like that. She's acknowledging it even in her lyrics and her songs. Like,
but she's not. Well, for one, she's not turning big girls into hoes.
Well, that's what I said. I said she wasn't, but that was literally. She sings that.
Yeah, but the same thing can be true. At the end of the day, she's human, right? Like, you'll get up here every day, Mandii, and say, fuck all these people, fuck all y'all, fuck them kids. And it's still hurtful when people body shame you on the internet. It's still hurtful. You're still a human being. Regardless of what the energy and attitude is towards those people, it's still hurtful. Right. And I think especially with a situation like this, it's one thing if we saying the song is trash. People are still, she's not coming after nobody. She's not nasty to anybody. Yeah. And people are still coming after her, being nasty about her weight and her size, right? And calling her fat. It's shitty. It's like, it's just not, and it's fucked up. That aspect is fucked up because
it's horrible.
Because she is making music. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you don't like the music, cool. Comment on the music. Y'all still in her comments talking about her size? Like, enough.
I think there's two things at play. I think the first thing is, if the music's good, you probably will supersede all the bullshit that comes with it, right?
Her music.
So when she had like the number one song,
yeah,
it was everywhere. Like, she was on top of the world,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So if the music's good, if this song was good, I think we can all agree, like, this is not a good song. It's just not a good song.
But it's easier to be mean when somebody doesn't make a good song to a woman woman who is overweight. Yeah. To a black woman especially, than it is to do anything else. Because no one talks about if Justin Bieber makes a trash ass song. Nobody's in his comments like, you look ugly, bro. You look like you have an eating disorder. Yeah. Nobody's doing that to Justin Bieber if he puts out a trash record.
And that's the fucked up part.
We all listened to the last Silk Sonic record like, damn, this was subpar compared to Leave the Door Open. We weren't really loving that. We not in Anderson .Paak's comments talking about, yeah, you still look stupid with that tweed hat. Like, nobody does that. No one attacks people. For their craft. People get attacked for their looks, and that happens majority of the time to women. And it happens the majority of the time to big women. And that is the part that I have the problem with. That's what we were talking about a couple weeks ago. It's like everybody's hyped that Saweetie got a Big Mac meal in McDonald's. If that was Lizzo, everybody would have nasty shit to say.
They would have nasty shit
and it's
to say,
fucked
yeah.
up. It's fucked up and it's unfair. And it's infuriating to me to watch an artist unravel over somebody, over massive amounts of people attacking their side. It's not about music. If people like, if at that point I would roll my eyes and be like, okay, so you mad because people don't like your song? Like,
if it's about the music, it's about the music. But it's not about the music.
But it's not about the music.
It's not about the music with Lizzo, unfortunately.
And no one else gets attacked like that. No one else does. People are dropping albums with songs that are 2 minutes long, that are not even good fucking songs. And nobody says anything about that. No one is telling somebody they're a fuck up and a failure in life. Yeah. Because they not putting an eight bar bridge in their songs anymore. Half the songs are not good. And people don't say anything about the songs. People are more afraid. Case in fucking point. People are more afraid to say Justin Bieber's new music is trash than they are to say that, than they are to fat shame a girl.
Right.
And that's the problem. That's the problem I have. It's just, it's nastiness. It's nasty work. It's nasty work.
Agree.
And the song isn't great, right? And I agree with you. I do agree that if the music was better, but it's also like, how do we gauge what's good music now? Because this song is number one.
But we know why it's number one. But that's a whole other conversation. We know why it's number one though.
But what I'm saying is it's not a good song and it's number one. So us not thinking it's a good song is still subjective because it's number one on these charts.
That's the algorithm.
I was about to say.
I think that's the algorithm.
But that's just like. But
I get it.
But when you're a top pot, like when you're already charting, you're gonna chart higher on the day that you release your episodes than 5 days later. So to me, this is, yes, everyone's running to listen to it, but it's probably not getting replay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Nah, bro.
Well, even if it's not getting replay, it's going to be licensed and synced for a number of things. I'll tell you that because I heard Truth Hurts and there was
the song is out of here.
The song is out of here no matter what.
Yeah, the song is out of here.
Even if the charting algorithm is rigged and
out of my phone, I'll tell you that.
Even all those things are rigged in my brain. It's not living rent. It's not living rent free or paying rent.
So
not at all.
Not quite.
But it's sad, man. I want people to leave Lizzo alone. I saw that video where she took her wig off. She's sitting there with her wig cap on, and it's just like, yo, y'all don't give this woman a break, man. She just trying to make music and mind her fucking business.
Word.
I just be trying to pod and mind my business.
You see?
Y'all be so mean to me.
This is what I'm saying.
Fuck out of here.
So, bringing it back to Firsty Squeeze, bringing it back to more music.
What R&B shit you got for us, bitch?
So, my girl India Shawn dropped a record and it's called "Don't Play With My Heart" and it's produced by, of course, y'all know who know
D-Miles.
There you go, D-Miles. D-Miles. No S like Oxtail.
Oh, sorry.
No S like Oxtail. No S like Oxtail.
Okay, my bad.
D-Miles produced this called "Don't Play With My Heart" and it's phenomenal. I mean, India Shawn's tone. She's a writer as well. She has done various, background vocals for a lot of artists. Anderson .Paak actually is someone in the Nationals, Free Nationals, are a group that she's done background vocals with and for. But she's a phenomenal artist as well. And this was "Don't Play With My Heart" from my darling. Y'all know how I feel about a bass line. Just every time, never fails.
That's what that is. Mm-hmm.
Not the piano.
I like this video.
Mm-hmm.
She's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's killing his visuals.
Girl, he still is. That's what they do. He gonna play with your heart, bitch. That's all these niggas know how to do.
Nah, that was dope.
Yeah, I love me.
She
some India
bodied
Shawn.
that. Damn.
Yeah.
But she think telling a nigga don't play with my heart, he
gonna
not gonna
stop him
play
from
with
it?
it.
It ain't gonna do it.
It's not gonna stop him, okay?
Man, doesn't matter how many shiny bras you got, sis. He's still gonna keep playing with your heart. That's just what's gonna happen. I'm so sorry to break it to you.
Especially if you tell us not to. Like,
Yeah.
might use that shit as a basketball.
Are
My
you
nigga,
serious, SaVon?
Wow.
Steph Curry.
Oh no!
Whatever you want to do, my nigga. Like, you can't say that.
So now you want to prove
You
a point?
taking that as a challenge?
I'm just saying, like,
I hate
that's how
challenge.
niggas think.
Don't play with my heart. Ooh, crossover,
Don't-
bitch.
word.
Don't waste
What?
my time.
Yeah, one.
I can't
Boom.
wait.
Off the glass, all that.
Oh my god.
So when we tell a nigga don't waste my time, they go out their way to waste it, huh?
Oh my god.
Because if you saying that, you got an inclination like, yo, we might be wasting your time.
Oh man.
I'm just keeping it real.
That is usually an
I'm just,
indicator.
yo, Bridget, I only speak the truth
If
when we
a
talk.
woman
Fred.
is
I
true
only
because
speak the truth when we talk.
That's fine. I'm gonna start
Usually-
saying don't give me trash dick.
when a
Opposite.
woman and
Yeah,
that's and
it's
good
gonna
luck
be a
with
challenge.
that.
Wait, what do you mean? You said good luck with it? Like, no, I'm still gonna get the trash dick? God damn.
I mean, well, no, because men are not going to interpret that as usually women will tell you not to do something after you already did it.
Oh,
So if I'm telling you don't play with my heart, it's because you already did,
You was
and this
doing-
is your fucking warning because you already played with me once, and
well,
don't
see, and
play
that's
with
the
me
problem.
again.
You ain't create a boundary, bitch. You went back after he played with it the first time. He gonna think he could keep doing it.
Had a nigga Kevin Durant.
Or he also didn't know, so it was giving. Don't do that again. Watch it.
30.
Valid.
Flag on the play. We are in the spirit of R&B too. Tinashe dropped a project last week called 333.
And no one heard of it.
And it's frustrating to me because I think Tinashe is one of those artists that was always a little bit weird and a little bit left. And I feel like she got one, you know what I mean? She had her hit record with Mustard, and that put a certain image and sound in people's minds about where she should stay, and that just really wasn't necessarily what was true to her as an artist. And this is listening to this reminds me of older projects of hers that she's dropped, mixtapes that she's dropped that were way more eclectic and alternative, like similarly to this project, and I appreciate it because I think that it's way more her. But the one song that I really do like from this project is a song with Jeremiah called X.
I was about to say, she got Jeremiah out the club.
Yeah.
Where he been hiding?
Says he had COVID and then had to get his life right.
Yeah, but not only that-
we haven't heard from him since
Yeah,
then.
but
He's
do
been
y'all
getting his
also
health
remember
back.
he was on tour, but then wasn't because he had a clone on stage? Like he had
He's an
someone-
innovator. He's an innovator.
An
So,
innovator,
he's
he's
just
nuts.
figuring shit out.
He was literally
right.
he had a fake stand-in double for him on tour.
Jesus Christ.
And it was just the music playing.
It was
hate
mad
it.
on the tour.
I hate
like,
it
my
here.
nigga, you didn't even show up.
You didn't-
Why are you mad?
I hate it here.
Bro.
Yeah.
Well, he showed up for this fucking session because
Okay.
these are definitely his vocals, and
Okay, all right.
and Hitmaker produced as well. So
Shout out Hitmaker.
This is a vibe right here.
Can't go wrong with that combination.
No,
No.
this is my
Those
kind of
two?
shit right now. It's a good moment.
I really
like
love
it.
what Hitmaker's doing for all these women artists.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's doing his thing.
Like I feel like this is a good pocket for her.
It sounds like Normani. Something Normani would sing. This sounds very similar to a Normani hit, which don't be hits.
This doesn't feel like a Normani record to me.
No? You know, actually, what type of record this sounds like? A Danny Lay. This sounds like a Danny Lay record.
It's good.
You know who
That's
else?
what
You
it
know who
sounds
else?
like.
You know who else could have done this song as well?
Doja Cat.
No.
Justine Skye.
Doja be having some real shit.
Okay.
No, Doja. This is in the same vein.
I can see
I
that.
couldn't
can't
see
see
her
this with
doing
Doja.
this, but it's
Not
in the
this.
same. It's in the same vein.
Okay.
I like it.
Nah, that was good. I like
it's a good
that.
little vibe.
I might have to go check out this project after that.
Nothing else on this project sounds like that.
Okay. All right. Well,
So we're
Well,
clear.
damn.
shout out to that
I'm
song.
gonna tell you that.
That's probably
Well,
the
no,
only song
that's-
Hitmaker did.
That's why I said everything else sounds like it's her. It's alternative, it's eclectic, it's vibey. It's definitely some You put it on if you want to
like
take a
that.
bath type of vibe. But
Okay. You got any songs for us, SaVon?
R&B. That's the R&B
man,
for the
I got
week.
some. Come on, I got some R&B.
You got hippity hop or R&B?
I'm gonna add to the R&B.
Okay.
It was a mix for me, right? That Nas King Disease 2 has been
Yes.
on repeat. So Rare was the song that I was
Rare.
gonna play, right? Rare is the song that I
No
was
fake
gonna
love.
play.
No phony love is my shit though. No phony love is my favorite.
That album, like Nas, honestly, I like how he's changed the narrative to the new people, right? Like,
Right.
not
Yeah.
the people that really know what Nas does, but like I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, wait, 2 good projects from Nas. He's really top 5." Like, no, my nigga, Nas been doing
He's
this for a
been
long
doing
time.
this for a
So,
long time.
Yeah,
God, I hate people
I
are
will
so late. Yes.
highlight that song, but I'm gonna keep it in that R&B vein. This is K Camp. He just dropped a
He
project.
did.
Yes, K
He
Camp.
did.
He dropped the project. I've
Shout
been
out
waiting to hear
K
from
Camp.
him. And this is him and Trey Songz, Privacy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is a
So
K
that's-
Camp song featuring Trey?
Yeah, featuring Trey. So K Camp, he got the second verse.
Yeah, but I need to
But,
know how that works.
What you mean?
Features, like, you gonna let your feature get the whole...
I mean,
like,
when it's Trey Songz, we could bend the rules a little bit, I'm sure. And K Camp,
Can I hear K Camp on it?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. That's a vibe.
We both said, okay,
It's a vibe. You feel me?
Sweet. I don't know how much I like that setup for, like...
For artists to let
well,
that
especially
feature go
because we've
first.
been waiting for some stuff from K Camp. K Camp is like that motherfucker. Like
Yeah.
he
Right.
has some really, really, really solid music,
Yeah.
and he's been one of those artists too that's just been out for a minute.
For a minute.
Hasn't really garnered the respect that he deserves, but to come out after that long of a break, I would say, to let Trey start off with the chorus, go into a verse, then a chorus again, then we hear you.
Right.
I'm
That's
not mad.
why.
Because we listen.
That's why.
You feel me?
We did because
listened
it was
Sometimes you
good.
gotta
Because it
know.
was
We
good.
listened because you just played it.
Well, no,
But it's all-
I would have not known it was a K Camp song, and I'm actually not
Well,
mad
that's
at
the
that.
thing.
I'm not mad at that
No.
because the beat, I would not listen to multiple verses of K Camp
Yeah,
on that
facts,
beat.
facts,
So I'm actually
facts.
not mad that he started off with Trey because it made us stay through the
Yep.
song to get to his verse.
But I feel like you listen because you've been wanting to hear stuff from Trey.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
you
I
know
like
what I mean.
K
Like
Camp,
you,
but I do
yeah.
like
But you
K
also
Camp.
just said you've
But
been
I've been
wanting to hear
yeah.
some stuff from Trey. So this is great for you. This is why you like the
Yeah.
song because you get pretty
his
much
pocket.
2/3 of
Yeah.
Trey.
It's a
It's
good pocket. It's a good pocket.
for
It's a good
Trey.
pocket for
It's
Trey.
been a minute. It's been a minute. So
Yeah.
that's what I got for my freshly squeezed, y'all.
Okay, I
Yeah.
ain't
Where you
mad.
at? What you got for us, Mandii?
Oh girl, no, I just wanted to talk shit this week.
Okay.
So I gave y'all 2 of the shits that I wasn't listening to.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really listened to music this week because I've been, bitch, in front of my television. I've really been watching a lot.
Oh,
a lot
you know
of-
what we didn't? I
lot
didn't
of
get
TV.
to. We didn't get to talk about, and I have
What?
to talk about it because I listened to it all weekend. Thank you, Alex, for reminding me. Fat
Oh,
Joe,
okay, I
DJ
can play
Drama,
that.
and Cool and Dre. What would Big do? 2021. He is talking his shit. First of all, I forgot how much I love CeeLo Green's voice. Like I forgot how much I need The only time that I ever like hear his voice on things now is if we're in the house and I'm listening to like Rick Ross Tears of Joy. Like that's where we'll go. And then everybody's emotional, right? So but this project, this mixtape project,
I just downloaded it.
We were saying was really fire too, because obviously coming off of the Lox verses, it was very much a reaffirmation that so many of the MCs from that generation are still that fire, right? And so Fat Joe dropped this project last week, and I didn't realize that it was going to be available on Tidal and Apple. Or I know it's on Tidal. I don't know if it's on Apple Music.
It's on Apple.
Yes, there.
That's kind of crazy because it's all samples. The whole thing, it's in pure mixtape form. It's all in samples, which usually you do on a mixtape, so you don't have to pay for the licensing. But this is an incredible mixtape, and it's with a bunch of new artists too that I've never heard of that I was happy to hear. But it's a great project. I loved the intro with CeeLo Green.
To have a project with CeeLo Green, Lil Yachty, 7th Streeter, Remy Ma, like that just says a lot to who
Back
he is and
Outside
what
with
he's
Remy
done.
Ma is so fire.
Yeah, I was happy to hear this. I listened to it a few times over the weekend.
Outside.
Like he was really in the zone.
We back outside.
Oh, is that the sample? The Whisper song?
And the
okay. Oh. All right.
Yeah, he went in.
Back Outside.
This is a barbecue ass song.
OD.
Yeah, this was the
But it got some killers on it.
This was Beyonce's remake of the Frankie Beverly joint. Nigga light on it. It's a joint.
All right.
Yeah, so shout out to Fat Joe.
Now I'm gonna catch up on music.
Thing. You gotta listen to this you gotta start from this is one of those no skip you listen to all the way through.
Okay,
yeah.
It's only 9 songs, so I think I can do that.
Yes.
You can manage that.
I can manage that.
Christ.
There's only a few artists that I like can listen to straight through.
Yeah.
And it's like
this is one
Roddy,
because
J. Cole.
This is one really because of what these samples are. Like all of the samples are incredible. The Michael sample is literally a Michael Jackson sample, and that's actually the song I think where Michael's song is where he literally plays himself saying, yesterday's price. It's not today's price. And it's so dope that he went viral and coined that and put it in the song. I think that's really fire.
I like that. I like that. Well, I guess if we can talk TV because there's a whole lot, and I ain't gonna hold you, SaVon. One of the reasons why I was like, can SaVon get on the couch? Because she was like, yeah, so I updated the notes with a lot of music and girl TV. So so bitch, I went to the goddamn notes. I said, So I don't know any of this goddamn television you are watching. We must not have, there must be 2 TVs because I don't know what the fuck you watching over there. Anyways, I did want to start off, I guess, first by Bridget and I went to a screening this past week. We watched Aretha. Respect. Yeah. It's called Respect. The Aretha story with Jennifer Hudson, Forrest Whitaker, Mary J. Blige, Marlon Wayans. Listen.
Marlon Wayans.
He played a serious role, and it took me a while to even be like, that's Marlon.
Marlon Wayans. Shout out to Marlon.
You didn't see Marlon?
I didn't take him seriously until he started beating on her.
Still, he started whooping that ass.
And he was like, "Yeah, he's just looking for some nigga tail." And you like, Marlon?
Like, is that you?
Look up Marlon say cheese.
Look up Marlon say
I'm not gonna lie. We went, and I didn't expect for it to be as long as the Titanic. It's literally over a 2.5 hour movie.
It's a good movie,
but it's a really good movie.
Yeah,
it is a really good movie. One of the other movies,
Jennifer Hudson acts her ass off.
She did a really good job.
And I do want to mention too, because Cynthia Erivo did the Hulu special, which was the miniseries, which was not sanctioned by Miss Franklin's family, and so there was a little bit of controversy surrounding that, probably because it gave so much more detail and insight into her relationships and the abuse that she endured as a kid and the complications of the relationship with her father and so on and so forth. So yeah, if you get a chance to watch both, I would recommend watching both just because you get some perspective on really how much she went through and the steps that she had to take to bring herself, back to the forefront of her success.
Yes. I wanted to mention 2 other things that I really, really, really enjoyed. One was a doc, one was a movie. Now, apparently this isn't a good movie. But I liked the movie.
Okay.
And I don't know if you would because there was a lot of rats in it. But the Suicide Squad
I did.
was actually...
I was very uncomfortable, but it was great.
I really liked it.
was.
So I went on Twitter because everyone was like, even when I posted it on my IG story, they was like, you don't waste your time. Don't waste your life. You may as well watch paint dry. Yeah. Apparently the reviews for people who like these type of movies didn't think it was a good movie. I did think that it was shot and the script parallel to me a Deadpool because it was the humor in it was very dry, dark, but also sexual in nature. So I don't know. I really enjoyed Idris. I enjoyed fucking Viola Davis. I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie.
I mean, this is up my alley. You know I'm here for all things
and I like
DC,
superhero
all
shit.
Things Marvel.
I literally went after this and watched Birds of Prey. Right after I finished this, I went and watched Harley Quinn. Yeah.
She's dope. She be killing that shit, by the way. Margot Robbie.
Amazing.
Margot Robbie is a beast.
She kills it. This whole role. Like, I'm a superhero comic book nerd too, Bridget. So when you be talking your shit, I'll be right there with you. Like,
I like superheroes
like,
too.
I'll be waiting to like correct sometimes.
I like superheroes too.
I never have to like be like, nah, it wasn't her. Like, so.
Did you watch Loki?
No.
All right.
But I like superheroes.
Did you watch WandaVision?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Loki. What Loki is from Thor, but he's one of the Avengers.
Okay.
And that's also a show on Disney
I be
Plus.
watching these movies and I enjoy them. I just don't be remembering them niggas. Like I don't know the names and I ain't gonna get their little action figures. But I really enjoyed the movie.
See, I love them. I started watching Titans. I'm late, but I saw.
Same. My brother just put me on.
Everyone told me too.
One,
I saw it was 3 seasons. I said no.
And I'm bit by bit, but it's getting good. Yeah. Season one just turned up. We on like episode 7 in my house, so it's good.
Okay. One of the other and last things that I'll say, the last show that I watched that was phenomenal. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm gonna get into my nerd bag. Okay. Malice in the Palace.
Oh, I can't wait to go watch that.
I need to watch that.
I've been watching every interview by Jermaine O'Neal.
Goodness.
I've been watching all of Jermaine O'Neal's interviews around it. I have not yet dived into it.
Well, I love even Steven Jackson showed up as himself, and I love that he's a personality now where we're getting to see just who he is.
Yep.
But hearing from Meta, Ron Artest.
Oh, Reggie Miller? They got Reggie too?
They got Reggie in there.
Yeah, I can't wait to go watch it.
And then they also have the fan that got punched by
They
Ron
talked to
Artest.
him too?
The fan is there. They have the 2 police officers that claim they didn't know who Reggie was. They also have the director of operations for the Detroit Pistons at the time.
Wow.
I can't wait.
And when I tell you, it's just phenomenal because I'll be honest, I was in 8th grade, if I'm not mistaken, when it happened. I was on the phone with Allie. Shout out my best friend, Allie. We played sports together, AAU, intramurals, and throughout middle school before we went to different high schools.
AAU intramurals.
Yeah, I did AAU and intramurals. I played ball, okay?
I know.
So I used to go home. We used to watch the games. So I watched this game live, and I just remember standing up, jumping on my bed, yelling at my homegirl on the phone, like, do you see this? Do you see this? So rewatching it, it's crazy seeing how much it really, really, really impacted not only Jermaine O'Neal, but really possibly cost Reggie Miller a ring.
Yeah. Right.
It was his 18th season. He chose to retire shortly after this. I believe after this, this was his last season. Yeah. And it was just awful because the one thing, and y'all know I'm working on my documentary bag over here. But the one thing that I wish they would have touched into and maybe spent another 20 minutes doing is literally the racist aspect. They didn't get into the racism in not only the media, but the portrayal of the players.
Thugs.
Even how David Stern treated this situation and literally was like, these players are what makes this league millions and millions of dollars, but he didn't want to go against the fans because he thought that would cost him the money. So literally the way that really Detroit got away with murder in this. No, the racism aspect was not. And I really wish they would have dug into that because I think that that's really what painted, even David Stern issued a dress code shortly after this fight.
They blamed it on the dress code. They blamed it on the cornrows.
They blamed it on hip hop,
tattoos, the hip hop, the music. Like the music is not what caused them to defend themselves when they had beers thrown at them. Like the culture of some of the other sports, that is the culture.
Right.
But when it came to basketball, when it came to black athletes not being protected, you don't see a police officer in sight trying to protect the players.
I was shocked too. They even had Ben Wallace.
One thing.
Talking with me.
I can't wait to watch that.
We haven't heard from Ben in a while.
Yeah, I can't wait to
when
watch
I tell you his even and again. Meta's, he talked really about his mental health, but what leads up into the brawl is you see where all of them were professionally, mentally, where they were as teammates with each other and their dynamic. It was just a really, really, really good doc. So if you haven't yet, it's one of the Untold series, but Netflix. It's on Netflix. Malice at the Palace.
I want to hear what Meta World Peace got to say because he's in a very different place. I met him a couple years ago in LA, and he ran a league, like a small league, with just a bunch of pickup games with guys that were retired and whatnot from the NBA. And his demeanor is completely calm and peaceful.
He's been in therapy
and really warm and very much, hey, how are you? Peace. How are you? Like he's very very calm.
Yeah, I think just like I said, I've been watching Jermaine interview about the whole documentary, and there was two things that he said. The first thing was that if a chair would have hit him in the head, if he didn't take the stance to kind of protect himself or act the way that he did act, if a chair would have hit him in the head and he would have, God forbid, died on the court, how do you explain that to his family? How do you explain that to his daughter? Where was the empathy for what the players had to go through? That was one of the first things. And just the second thing of how this affected them long term. Like they are just now
speaking on it.
This is
20 years ago.
The legalities of it took a whole decade for them to even be able to confidently without any repercussions. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Yo, Mandii, thank you. Shout out to you for reminding me to go watch this one.
This is amazing.
This is on my watch
list. It's so well done, well shot. The interviews, the chronological lead up into it. It was really well done. So shout out to everyone on the production side of this because you guys did a wonderful, wonderful job. Again, I wish there was more to it, so I hope we get a part 2 because maybe not to this, but there was definitely just some missed opportunities. I would have loved for the conversation of racism to have been brought in because we know that that's very prevalent in sports even today.
They talked about it in the Mike Tyson doc that ABC did, the 2-part. They definitely addressed the fact that because he was a black man, the way that they embellished and embellished the aggression and the violence around Mike Tyson because of what he did in his professional life.
Bro, he ate off an ear.
I know, but it was before that though. It was prior to that. It was around the rape allegations that the rape charges that came about.
Wait, and he was raping bitches too?
So that's
I'm not gonna say that's racism if they was talking crazy about him. No,
but they were attributing his violent nature that it was more black. Possible, right? Because of his upbringing, and it shouldn't be something that we're surprised about because of his upbringing and him being violent. Like,
okay,
let's, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't.
Okay,
but they do address the fact that because everyone celebrated all of these white. Fighting companies and advertisers and sponsors were loving how violent he was when they were making millions of dollars off of him. And now in a moment where he's denying completely, like, I never did this. I never touched this. Like we went on a date and I thought this is what we were doing and it was never. And he completely, was standing firm in his story and everybody was like, oh, he's a monster. Yeah. And it was like, he wasn't a monster when he was winning y'all millions of dollars with this fight. So it's just, but they do address some of the journalists and some of the even some of the people that were investigating on the legal side were saying if this was a white man, they would not have gone the lengths that they did to demonize him in the public eye. And so I'm happy they addressed that at least in the Mike Tyson doc, but. Hopefully, like you said, there is a part 2. I got to go home and watch part 1 because this is a vibe.
It's really good.
Do you watch Book of Canaan? A part of the Power Universe?
Not.
See, damn, I thought she was going to help.
I am not. But I'm here to be put on.
Godfather of Harlem?
I have not.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
All right.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. Like, Like,
okay. You can literally go down the list. I ain't seen nothing else she be watching.
That's why when Mandii said it, hey, SaVon, we brought you here. I'm like,
It's like, I ain't seen half that shit either.
Wait, White Lotus? What is that?
The White Lotus is on HBO, and the season.
You watched that?
The season finale was last night. Mandii doesn't watch it because Mandii claims to not watch white people, which is the stupidest thing ever.
I don't do that.
It's so ignorant.
That's wild.
I just be saying ignorant shit. That's all.
But White Lotus is comedy. It's a show on HBO, and it's with.
It's new.
It's new. Yeah.
Oh, it got my
relatively
guy in it from National Security.
Yes.
What's his dude's name? White guy.
And the woman from Insecure. She plays one of Issa Rae's friends. She's a comedian actually in real life, and she's acting in this show.
It's only like 2 episodes.
6.
Right? Oh, it's 6?
There's 6 now, but it's done. There's only 6 episodes.
Right.
It's a short.
I
it's a
can
short
watch
series
that tonight.
But it's fire. I mean, it's funny as shit. It's crazy, and it highlights so many different aspects of chaos and what's the woman's name? Molly.
Oh, they got some people in this
from SNL. I always forget her last name, but her first name is Molly.
She's been around forever.
Like but she's comedy. So it's it's a great show. Ted Lasso is another show. Molly Shannon, that's her name. Thank you, Alex.
I like Molly Shannon.
She's great. And so the other show I've been watching is called Ted Lasso, and that's on Apple Plus, and that's with Jason Sudeikis, and he's from.
See, this is the thing. When she's watching all this TV, I'm on the Twitter timeline.
See, I'm up at 6 a.m. Like, I'll be up at 6 a.m. watching this.
See, and I only watch TV at night. I like to
watch these shows in the morning. I like to watch shows in the morning. Watching stuff at night, I end up having weird dreams.
That's some grandmama shit.
Nah, I end up having weird dreams. Like, my brain is when I'm falling asleep, I need peace. Like, there's this show. Oh my God, I have to tell you guys about this show. I'm gonna get to it though in a second. Ted Lasso. Apple? No, it's on Disney Plus.
Okay.
But
oh yeah, I got someone's login for that.
Ted Lasso is fucking comedy. If you have not watched Ted Lasso, season 2 just started. So this is like the first episode of season 2, but they're only 30-minute episodes. Mad quick to get into, but pure comedy. Pure comedy. If you don't know who Jason Sudeikis is, he was in
He's another white man.
We're the Millers. No, he wasn't in The Hangover.
Wasn't? Oh damn. I did that thing where they say, "Hey, they all look alike."
They all look alike.
My fault, Jason.
Okay.
My bad, dog. But he's great.
He's
okay.
I've seen him before.
But he's
I just don't know where.
It's hilarious.
I did that shit.
He's basically an American. He's from the South, and he's an American football coach, and he gets recruited to coach soccer in the UK, and he's never done it before, right? He knows nothing about soccer at all. And so the jokes that he's making around soccer and stuff is great. So
I like it. Because I fuck with soccer, and it's definitely a huge cultural difference overseas compared to like, so to see this kind of
But even just be like this happy-go-lucky American Southern guy with all of these jokes, you know what I mean? Coming to this very like,
you're selling it, Bridget. You got me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I might have to watch it.
You're gonna love it.
Especially because I have the experience of playing soccer myself.
Oh my God. This is not a sports podcast.
Well, when I was in the 8th grade, I played all the sports. And soccer, I was the goalie because I talked the most shit.
Oh.
And so, yeah, like when it was coming down the motherfucking court, I'd be like, yeah, bitch, you ain't gonna motherfucking get past me. And I used to block them balls too. Now I let the balls hit me
for a minute,
right in my face. But I did used to block the balls.
The big ones too, right?
The big old
big balls.
So
big old balls.
And so the last show,
I got a soundbite for that.
You got some big testicles.
What the fuck was that?
Why do you have that? Why do you have that?
Bridget, did you
What is that
approve
from?
this?
I've never heard that. Where is that from?
And you got some big testicles.
Oh.
Mandii, where is that from?
I don't even know.
How did you find this, and why did you look this up? What did you look for when you looked this up?
I don't know.
You got some big testicles. Like,
and it's
why
a
is he
man's
even looking at it? Is he a doctor?
It's the most.
What's the explanation between him looking at somebody's balls?
That's a big pause soundbite. Like, how do you just pull that out on somebody? Like,
but the fact that she said, "Oh, I got a perfect time for this," and just press the button and pull that up. Like, nah, you great at what you do, fam. I don't give a fuck what they say. You are great at what you do, my nigga. To have that in the cup.
God. How did we get here?
Soccer, balls, Apple TV. You got some big old testicles. That's crazy. Real quick. On Apple TV.
No.
On Apple TV, they have a great show. Did you ever watch The Morning Show?
Yes, I love The Morning Show.
I love.
Am I able to watch any of this if I don't have an Apple TV?
Love The Morning Show.
I don't think so. If you can,
I don't think so.
You have a smart TV. Do you have Roku?
Yeah.
So you can download the Apple Plus. App, and then I'll just give you my login.
The Morning Show is amazing.
The morning show is. Listen, you gave me Sling.
I gave her Sling, and that is the motherfucking app.
We
Sling
over
is
here.
that
We
app.
swap passwords in this family.
I know that's right.
No, but the other show that I wanted to tell y'all to watch, the Morning Show is great, and they're coming out with the next season.
Steve Carell. That was
Steve Carell,
Jennifer Aniston, and Reese Witherspoon.
It's amazing.
Wait,
I don't know why
the Morning
people aren't
Show,
talking
is
about
it like The Office? Is it similar to
No, it's a drama.
not.
It's a drama, but it's great. It's
Based
a
in
great
New York.
show.
It's dope. Check that out.
Another show I discovered on Stars, and the first episode just dropped, is called Heels. And most of our friends are going to love this because most of our friends watch wrestling. And this is a show about a small town wrestling league run by two brothers. And they are just at odds with each other in competition all the time because one is the star that beats everybody, that like is the, wins all the time and loved by everybody.
Yeah.
But it's so good though. Like the shit is so, it's not something Mark Wahlberg
What's good with you?
just because he was in The Wrestler, you a hater.
Oh my God. Stephen Amell, I believe that's his name. He's the actor from Arrow, from a DC show, The Green Arrow.
Yes, that's him.
Yes, he's
That's
the main
him.
actor
Yes.
from that show.
So
This just came out, Bridget. How did you watch this?
I
Last
don't know.
night.
She don't be
I
on
was about
Twitter.
to say, fam, this just
Last
dropped.
night.
She don't be on Twitter.
Last night, I don't like to be on
Get back
Twitter.
to the tweets,
It's
man.
toxic.
Get back to the tweets.
It's so toxic.
Yeah, Stephen Amell.
Yeah. So okay, but
Oh, and the guy from... Oh, no. Okay, that's different. That's
Alexander
different.
Ludwig is the other actor, and he's from Hunger Games and a number of other movies. But him. But so it's a really it's only the first episode. It's literally came out like Friday or Saturday, and it's about these two brothers that wrestle with each other, and they're in competition, and they're trying to follow in their father's footsteps, and like there's all these different things around like being a hater and like leaving people behind and what that means for everybody else. It's like when one person is a star, it's like you want to see them win, but you also know that them leaving the town is going to mean probably potential failure and loss of business for you. So it's just it's a really dope show. It's a dope written show. So far so good. I don't know,
excited.
first episode. But yeah, lots of good TV. Obviously the Power universe, the story of Kanan is
All the shit that I don't watch, girl. What? Damn.
And Godfather of Harlem, you got to get into. That's with Forrest Whitaker and my homegirl Ilfanesh Hadera. Shout out to Ilfu. She bodies that character, that role of Bumpy Johnson's wife on this Godfather of Harlem show. It's really, really dope.
Okay.
It's mobster. It's like, he was like the mob like drug, like American gangster type of story about Bumpy Johnson in Harlem. And being in business with the Italian mob, obviously during
Also, guys,
racism.
we are not being paid for any of this advertising
Nah,
to all these fucking shows.
We're not, but we like to. Well, my friend is on the show, so I'll support it. And I also think, at the end of the day, we want to keep supporting shows that highlight Black actors. I want to make sure that we honor that too, and especially with the Power universe.
How you shut that out after you just gave us all these white ass fucking shows?
I'm shouting out both, bitch, because I'm white too, and so are you.
Well, Mandii be forgetting sometimes.
Mandii forget.
You owned a gerbil.
It was a hamster.
You owned all that shit.
But but I'm also from Florida. We had iguanas, okay? Like, I've had a long,
I feel like the
expensive list of
iguanas
pets.
was an accident thing
No,
because
we
they
had
was in the yard.
No, we had.
Y'all could literally catch an iguana outside.
We had pet iguanas. We had two, and we named them Lee and Tucker. Okay, from
you had an iguana named Tucker, and you want to tell me you not white? Shut up.
It was from the Rush Hour film.
That is the whitest thing you could have done. Lee and Tucker.
Lee and Tucker.
From Rush Hour.
Oh my God. Amanda. Amanda, chill.
We're not going to do that.
Better relax.
We're not doing that.
We shouting out good shows. I'm all about quality. These are quality shows, quality Black shows, and quality white shows.
Well, you care about these good shows. Before we get out of here, can we go through some of the things this week that we didn't care about?
Yes.
So I'm going to start. I don't give a fuck about this Dr. Dre 38-year-old daughter with 4 kids living in a car.
Oh, man.
She grown. She can find a way to take care of her goddamn self. I ain't got nothing else to say about that.
He had a 38-year-old daughter.
38-year-old estranged daughter that he hasn't seen in 17 years. But she is 38 now, living out of a car, has 4 kids, and recently started a GoFundMe. So your daddy ain't take care of you, so now you want me to? I just don't understand it. I don't get it. So I don't care about that. I also do not care about the drama between the baby mamas of Sir Future, Nadarius, whatever his goddamn name is. Nadavius.
I don't know.
One of them.
You sound like a football player.
Anyways, Future's baby mom, first one, Brittany, decided that in an attempt to embarrass her baby daddy Future, she decided to leak an audio recording of him explaining how he never loved Joy. Joy is his other baby mom who also has a baby by Bow Wow. And it was just done in poor taste and made her seem really, really bitter. She recently posted like, oh, I ain't mean to do that. I apologize for bringing her into something that had nothing to do with her. Joy just be minding her business.
Joy don't be talking about
Joy don't be talking about none of y'all.
She be working out. She be on vacation. And she be on TikTok with her child. I don't know why y'all be inserting Joy into this.
But it's also just messy. I don't know. I saw it and I was just like, girl, you saved this recording for a reason.
What? You recorded it for
You
what?
recorded it and then released it. So at some point you were going to release it anyways, and it involved Joy. You knew it involved Joy because he was talking about apparently not loving her. Yeah. But also, do you even think that that's the truth? Do you know how many times niggas will tell me they don't like a bitch or that they single and got a whole ass girlfriend? Or will sit here and tell you, oh, she don't mean nothing. Next thing you know, they on vacation together. Mm-hmm. Like, niggas will tell you lies about the next bitch that they with or was fucking or got a kid with.
All the time.
Just to please you. They do that all the time.
Not all the time, but I hear you.
All the time.
I ain't gonna let you just say all the time. But
that's what niggas do.
I get what you're saying.
Listen, there's two.
Niggas go out their way to waste our time when we say please don't.
Not even the biggest, right? They take that as, oh, you mean do? No. Dummy. No, but men, I think it's a big red flag for men, and this is my advice to anybody that's dating. Be mindful about how somebody talks about their ex.
Always.
Because drop the bar, sis.
Because if there's a lot of spite and resentment and anger still present, they're not over them. And maybe not over them like not over them like they still in love, but not over them like they not past the situation. So be mindful of that.
But also they may not be ready to truly show up as a better version of themselves because they're still stuck in the trauma or whatever that relationship caused them.
Say that.
So you may want to go ahead and see that red flag and just take a step back because this person is not in a mental space right now to be the partner that you probably want them to be.
Yeah, to be and diminishing the baby mama thing, not a thing, y'all.
No.
I'm letting y'all know in advance. Some women don't care because some women ain't shit. But the women that are worth something are going to keep in mind that you said some nasty shit about the woman that had your child. So you gotta be careful with that.
What don't you care about this week?
Iggy Azalea dropped an album. I cared more about her advising labels to get therapy than therapists than I did about her dropping a project.
Wait, did she really?
She did.
Okay, well, but you just don't care?
I don't care.
The end of an era, I believe is what it's called.
What era was this?
I mean,
what was the era?
She looks phenomenal.
When did it start for it to end?
I ain't gonna hold you. I never had sex with a white woman, but she is one I would consider.
Jesus Christ.
She is fine.
Never?
I've never had sex with a white woman, no.
Or white dick, right?
Or pink dick, no.
Pink penis, you call
pink
it. Pink
penis and white women, yeah. I've been with like the biracials, but they not white. That's why when she be trying to sit here and cape for the whites don't.
I'm not caping for the whites.
No,
she just said they had good art.
Said it was good television.
Oh my bad.
You watch all the Real Housewives. They're all
the black ones.
You watch all. I
watch Potomac. No, I don't watch all of them. I only watch Potomac, Atlanta, and I just started watching New York because Ebony is on there. She's the first black woman in New York, and then white women be getting me heated, bitch.
Okay,
I don't get triggered. You watch TV to get tight.
No, because I watch Guys Grocery Games and Chopped. Those are my
anytime I go to Mandi's house, it's Guy Fieri on the television on the fucking screen, and I'm like,
you are such a layered individual, Mandii. Like,
and she's telling me that
my life.
She's telling me I'm glamorizing the whites, and this bitch is basically watching Guy Fieri religiously.
Well,
sis, quality. It's quality.
I mean, there be black contestants.
Girl.
Guy Fieri don't give a fuck.
Neither does Bobby Flay or Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, they cool.
For the record.
Cool.
Well, but nah, these shows be good as fuck. This is what I'm saying. It's quality television. Like, I don't give a fuck what color you are. The TV is good. The TV is good, honey.
Have you? What don't you care about this week, SaVon?
I don't give a fuck about Clubhouse, man.
All
this Clubhouse shit is.
What's the Clubhouse
They trying to bring it back. I don't know. Whack versus Tekashi. Like, it's a lot of shit. There's a lot of street politics and all that. But mainly around. It started with, I want to say, Whack 100 and 21 Savage.
Yes.
They got into it.
Oh, I did see that.
And then that led to something else and something else. I don't give a fuck. Clubhouse is dead.
It's been dead. I'm
Leave
surprised
it where
people
it
are
is.
still getting on it.
It seems
like
nasty.
outside
It
is
feels
outside.
nasty.
Why are you in home talking to people through your phone?
Yeah, man. So
Like-
I don't give a fuck about Clubhouse. I think they need to let that shit go. We've saw where Clubhouse stood when it came to black creative.
Yes.
And, letting us be a part of some shit. And there's no real reason to revive it. Also, Whack 100 and Tekashi, we need to just leave them be.
Yeah, they need to.
And maybe not Whack 100, but Tekashi and trying to, prove it innocent, and he's calling out other people, and it's just
nasty.
weird. You feel me?
Nasty.
So I don't give a fuck about none of that Clubhouse shit.
No.
I think we kind of just need to leave that way.
Nasty. One thing that I do want to say that I actually do care about is everyone out in Haiti right now.
Yes.
I want to send prayers, condolences, just to what Haiti is experiencing right now. They got hit with a 7.4 or 4.7 7.2 magnitude earthquake. And as of Saturday, it has left at least 5,700 people injured in the Caribbean nation, and thousands more are displaced from with destroyed homes or damaged homes. I just want to send prayers out to Haiti.
But also, if y'all can send some, and I've been asking my friends who are of Haitian descent to send me links. Here we go, where to donate. And most of them are not Red Cross. Do not give money to Red Cross.
Do not.
Because that money apparently never makes it. And
we even see what happens to Black Lives
people
Matter
all the time. Do not. We hear people all the time say that that's not an organization that efficiently gets resources to these people. So
It appears that Zoe Dollars has some information on where you can contribute.
These are specifically,
and
though,
these are
in Miami.
specific.
Yeah, these are in South Florida.
Well, you got the Southern Base, so there might be some people in Florida that could get to these places.
Absolutely.
Contribute in that way, and just do your due diligence when you do. Kind of be a part of these conversations and these travesties. I could not imagine going through something like this. So
that's why I never want to live in LA.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Them earthquakes are so scary to me. And I don't know what it is. I might have to bring this up to my therapist. But earthquakes are one of the things that reappear in my dreams. Earthquakes and tornadoes. When I have reoccurring dreams about those two things. Oh. So fuck a rat. I'm going to square up with that motherfucker. But you ain't squaring up with an earthquake or a tornado.
The elements. It's over.
Yeah. And what's crazy is
I have recurring dreams about tsunamis and water.
What's crazy is look it up. Those things, and I actually did look it up. If you are someone who is dreaming about tornadoes, it means that your mind is all over the place, and you have a lot of things that you feel that you're not controlled of, or you can't control certain things. So tornadoes in your dream means that, and then what does it mean if you see an earthquake? Earthquakes in your dream. Symbolism means obscurity and lack of clear plan. Of course. A clear plan path for the future. When a person dreams about an earthquake, he or she could be seeing a glimpse of their real life experience, either past or current situation.
Why do I always dream about big waves? Alex, click that one, because I'm always...
Wait, no, it's down there already.
Down there. Yep.
So big waves. A huge wave can represent the surging of your emotions in a situation where you feel overwhelmed or unprepared to cope with what is occurring in your life.
All the time.
No, so guys, and that's something weird, but no, if you are someone that constantly has reoccurring dreams of natural disasters of some sort, literally look it up, because it does symbolize where you are emotionally or mentally in your life, and you may not know. So this may or just let you know why you keep having the fucking dreams.
I like that.
This is coming from the girl that doesn't believe in science.
I don't, bitch. That's why this is dreaming. We dreaming. Dreaming ain't science. We all just close our eyes and dream. What, bitch?
I'm gonna let her.
But
get that
only
one.
we know our dreams. Like you can't connect nothing and see my dreams. Only I know my dreams.
Your dreams are a part of your subconscious, which is fueled by things that are neurological, which is
You know what that
science.
is? No, it's science because they don't know how to explain it. So they said this is
No,
the
it's
explanation.
neurons.
No,
No,
this
it's
is the
neurons.
explanation. No,
It's
it's
neurons.
not.
It's energy that's
Neurons
flowing.
don't be making me wet, bitch. Because I be having a little wet dreams too. I be like, no, I just run across a nigga's Instagram before going to bed, and now we having sex.
Nah,
that is not a neuron.
I'm not gonna hold you, yo. I was scrolling on your story,
Don't do
and,
that.
and you posted some shit and said I just nutted, and I exited so quick. Like I thought you were supporting this black man. Like, all right, she got a black king on her shit. He's doing this thing. Maybe he promoting his fitness brand, some shit. She said I said, damn, Mandii, why you did?
I supported him.
Delete,
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
I don't need to know what
Okay.
makes your shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know. Like, you my homie. I don't need to know what gets
Well,
you there.
SaVon, thank you for joining us.
We love
today.
having you. You could come hang with us
Absolutely.
anytime.
Anytime.
Thank
And
y'all. Thank
let
y'all.
everyone know where they can listen to because need to know what's going
Yeah,
on.
man,
What's
the Need
going
to Know
on.
podcast. We are returning September 2nd.
All right.
September 2nd, first week. Myself, Alex, Devon Terrell, and Regina Cho. We back. We back. We took some time off. We needed to like regroup, do those things. But the Need to Know podcast will be back September 2nd in a few weeks. So thank y'all for asking too. Like a lot of people, yo, where you and Alex? What y'all doing? Like Alex, he be in the street. I don't know if y'all know. Alex is outside, right?
Oh.
He's my
Alex be
outside
outside.
friend. Alex is my outside
I'm about
friend.
to be giving Alex a temperature check now when he comes in
so
the studio.
he be letting me know like the streets been asking. So the Need to Know podcast. We'll be back September 2nd.
And thank you guys for holding us down. Y'all were definitely like, where are you bitches at? Y'all,
Like, I'm miserable. It's Tuesday. I don't know what to do.
I love that I felt so missed with being
Me
gone.
too.
And I'm really glad too that my voice pushed through this episode. I'm gonna start taking better care of myself and just by not going to brunch and drinking ridiculous.
Just not on Sunday.
Not on Sunday.
On Sundays. I
Just
can't
not
do
on
I can't do
Sunday.
Sundays anymore. Anyways, I wanna again shout out to all of our patrons.
Yes.
If you feel like sometimes we don't give you enough content because y'all complaining about the 90-minute pods and shit. So if you feel like, damn, they only gave us an hour and 27 minutes this week, if you go onto our Patreon, we
don't
have
shut
a
up.
lot of content over there.
We talk the whole time. We talk
do.
all the time about everything.
About everything.
Uncensored.
Uncensored as fuck. Although we did have to do a bleep this last week, but
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
But
It
other
wasn't
than
bad.
that, it's completely uncensored, and we are joined over there with our friends with benefits.
Yes.
So people that you haven't seen here on the couch, they're joining us over there, and we're doing a freshly squeezed dropping next month.
Yes.
We're doing Hollywood Anderson.
Yes.
So we're recording that. So we do our freshly
Yes.
squeezed full segments with artists. We also have our Make It Make Sense segment where we interview different entrepreneurs
Yes.
and how they pivoted from one space to now the space that they're in.
Yeah.
And I love it over there. So the link is in the description. Go ahead and join us on Patreon.
Yeah.
And what are we getting out of here to? Tell me something. You tell me.
We should
Keep
get out.
talking
We
while I
should
find
get out of. We should get out to Fat Joe.
That's exactly what I was about to
We should get out to Fat Joe.
Okay,
I'm thinking Michael.
Oh, well, I got diamonds. Queued up, baby. Only because I got a star by it. Y'all know when it.
Yeah.
They got a star. That
Because,
means
I
most
mean,
people like that one, right?
Because it samples it
Listen to
samples
the sample.
it
What the
samples
fuck?
diamonds and pearls. This whole project is fire.
Okay. Shout out to New York.
Shout out to Florida. 407 Chopper City. Blah, blah.
Cool and Dre.
Thank you guys. We'll be back next Tuesday, baby.
See y'all later.
And if you want to go ahead and give us another click, go and watch us on YouTube.
Feel me?
On the YouTube.
This is tough.
Dapper Dan need to design something for me. Shit. Shout out to everyone with hamsters.
And ferrets.
God bless the ferrets. Them niggas is gone.
They gone.
600 of them niggas.
And if any of y'all see a guinea pig in the wild, I need you to drop the pin.
Please drop the pin and
Drop
send a
the
picture
pin.
to us. Bye, y'all.
Check out.